Ha ha ha, you stupid idiot. There's your dead children. Ha ha.
I thought you were dead.
Sun out of your eyes and be yourselves.
Heard you were dead.
She's dead, wrapped in plastic.
That man's dead back there.
It was worse than dead. He must be dead. Is this a dead man, Doctor?
Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Roast Mortem Podcast. I'm Tom.
I'm Travis.
Hey, I'm your Cody for the evening.
And we have fun tonight. Right?
We
I can just say it like
fun.
that?
Yeah, that's
We
it.
have fun tonight?
Yeah.
Not fun for you?
Fun for us.
I like to say it the right way.
We specifically designed this podcast so all the fun is on this side of the recording. None for you.
Yeah, you guys can fuck yourselves.
Yeah.
We're in a jacuzzi right now.
So, we like you, but stay over there.
Yeah. So how was everyone's fun week this week?
What am I missing?
Come on, don't drop the ball, Tom.
What am I missing?
I
dropped it last week, didn't I?
God damn it.
I had a lot of job interviews, but they're all fake. And everyone's want to talk to me via Skype and Google Hangouts and Discord. I'm like, what the fuck is this world now?
Is it funny you sign up for Indeed and you're like, oh, I'm an editor, producer, and I do all these things. It's like, we found a great match for you. How do you feel about siding houses?
Oh, I love it.
Nothing wrong with siding houses, but that's not exactly the skill set.
And then you click details and it's in the Congo.
Yeah, every time.
Every fucking time.
That or Comac. What's up with Comac and siding?
Yeah.
I don't know. It also sucks.
Right?
It's like super windy over there or something.
It also sucks being a video editor and looking for jobs because you always get editor, like a print editor.
You get a print editor.
I don't fucking know how to write. I don't know what I'm doing in this show. I just fucking dig a...
And then you flip
Type
it
on the
over.
keys.
And then you flip it over to producer, and then you get everyone that's ever made a video on YouTube showing up and competing with you for that. You know
Hard
what
as
I mean?
hell.
You should type in audio engineer because I just get a shit ton of
There's only
editing
one
jobs.
thing an audio engineer could be.
Out of luck. All the time.
There you go.
So with my week, I had a very, very long and drunken night in the city
Yeah.
with some coworkers.
Anyone I know?
Yeah, you know them all.
Okay, cool.
It's all the guys.
Oh, I love the guys.
Oh, the
What'd
guys.
you do with the guys,
Oh,
Travis?
the guys went home, and I was like,
Oh,
don't worry about me.
Oh.
I'm entering the nightmare zone.
I feel like you put on grease paint and a red bandana and then walked out.
That's what I did. I walked right out into the karaoke bar.
Oh,
Alone.
What did you sing?
I can't remember.
that's how you know you fucked up.
No, I think I was trying to. I think I was trying to do Hotel California because they had no fucking shit on their fucking selection.
Okay.
That's a great way to punish people for being in a fun place.
Exactly.
Put on Hotel California.
You're just walking by out in the street and your spider sense goes, these people are having too much fun.
Well,
I
anyway.
must show them my truths.
Let's get in there.
Yeah, I Ubered back to Penn Station, and I'm like, I missed my train, so I had to take the shame train at this is on a Wednesday, by the way, so.
You didn't need to share that, but hey.
So I had to take the shame train at about
Is that the vomit comet?
yeah, but there was no one on it because it was a Wednesday, so,
Yep.
but it was 3 a.m. So I'm standing there, and these 2 homeless people came up to me. I was feeling in a really good mood, so I was like,
Because of karaoke, of course.
if you know Penn Station, Amtrak is right above there.
Yeah.
So that goes all over the country.
Right.
They came up to me like, yo, you got $1 or something? I'm like, I will buy you a one-way ticket anywhere in
Away
the country.
from me.
Away? No, not away from me.
Really?
Out of this fucking dump of a city.
Yeah, you do hate New
I
York.
hate New York. So I was like, guess what? Where do you want to go? And one guy was like, I'd love to see my aunt in Philly. I was like, we're going. I'm going upstairs.
Jesus Christ.
I'm going upstairs. I will buy you a one-way ticket. And he bailed on me. He was like, no, never mind.
Bitch.
You got beer?
Oh, yeah. All right. Enjoy the homelessness, sir.
Yeah.
Jesus
they got
Christ.
beer in Philly.
I was trying to be nice. I was trying to be like Jolly Christmas Boy, red cheeks. And they were all red.
That is a fierce offer, though, Travis. I don't know what I would do if someone's like, you want to leave? Not with me, but
not with me.
leave?
I was like, I'll buy you a ticket.
How long do I have to look at your dick?
How many toes do I got to suck, Travis?
7 of them.
The big ones?
3 of them you should leave alone. Don't touch those ones.
Those are the introvert toes.
Those are collector toes.
Those are virgin toes.
No one touches these
Those are
toes.
mint in box toes.
All right. That's very fun, Travis.
Yeah.
I'm a little jealous of those homeless people.
I shat razor blades for like 2 days afterwards. That's how fucked my liver and organs were.
Oh, man.
I know that feeling. It feels like just one flaming hot Cheeto just falling out.
Yeah.
And here we are, back at it. All right, so Trav, who's on the Chop Slabman tonight?
Yes.
Tonight, we're doing a man
Oh?
known by his peers simply as the gray-eyed man of destiny.
Hey.
All right.
Is this a Marvel
He's a scrawny little fuck
thing?
that invaded Mexico and became the president of Nicaragua.
What?
Yes.
Who is this clown boy?
You're going to find out
Right now.
right now.
Because you gotta say the
got the
name
show for
eventually.
it.
Yeah.
He's getting used to it. Let's change it.
Where does this story begin? We're in fucking Central America. We're doing all these fucking things. No! It begins in 1824 in Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay.
Good place, good place.
Tennessee.
A lot of meth, but a good place.
He was born to the Scottish immigrant James Walker and Mary Norvell.
Wait, Travis, you forgot to say his name.
I'm getting to it. It's a build up.
Okay. Well,
Well,
also,
you know his last name is Walker.
the first time I said, who is this guy? That was more of like a New York thing. Like, who is this guy?
Who is
Come
this
on,
guy?
who is this guy? But anyway, move along.
All right. He was born to Scottish immigrant James Walker. There's a clue.
Scott.
There's a clue in that.
Scott.
Mary Norvell, who is a daughter of the American Revolution in Virginia. And his name is, gotta look at the front
Why
side.
did
William Walker.
William Walker. Wow.
Double W.
I was totally worth the wait.
Yeah. Double.
What an exotic name.
Willie Walk.
Willy Wonka.
Right.
Willy Wonka.
Nashville in the 1820s was a slightly frontier town at this point. It wasn't all built up.
All right, so we don't have Western expansion just yet.
But what it definitely was a slave state. Keep that in mind.
Tennessee, South,
Bank that.
slave.
I will.
state.
We'll
Got
bank
it.
it.
All right. So William was described as a scrawny little kid with dull gray eyes and gave off the appearance of being dim, but he was incredibly smart. It's like dim boy, scrawny boy.
Just real dim.
He's like an anime character.
Yeah. he wasn't very talkative, but when spoken to, he would respond in a soft, nasally drawl. William graduated at the top of his class from University of Nashville at the age of 14.
Which is the equivalent of a C in any other college.
But he was 14, for fuck's sake.
14!
Did good.
What were you doing when you're 14?
Just discovering my body parts, sir.
Absolutely.
I was playing Pokemon cards wrong.
Does anyone
That's fine. It's a game. Play them however you want.
Yeah.
Wait, you can't play things wrong. Well, I mean, if you're playing by yourself. Anyway.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Did anyone notice that all of the drug dealers in high school were selling Pokemon cards
Yeah.
when we had Pokemon cards?
Oh, yeah.
It was like a direct correlation. Like, I want to see, like, the fucking bar graph. Like, did you sell Pokemon cards in, like, grade school?
Did you sell
you-
weed?
Yeah.
It's a Venn diagram you want to see, not a bar graph.
No, I want the bar graph.
Why do you want a bar graph?
It's hard.
Doesn't help.
Yeah, we want a Venn diagram. We need to see the overlap.
All right. I want vast deference, but that doesn't help me.
I can help you. It depends on what you're doing on the weekends.
So after he graduated at 14, he sailed to Paris and Germany to study medicine. How could he afford this European education? How?
I don't know. Did he sell his slave body?
No, his parents.
I was going to say Pokemon cards and weed, but
His parents did it.
his parents
They
were selling
coddled the
Pokemon.
fuck out of him with Pokemon cards and money.
No weed?
No weed. Actually, he received $100 monthly allowance. That's roughly $2,500 in today's money.
For just spending cash.
Yeah, they also paid for his rent until his late 20s.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if you could do it,
Yeah, why not?
that's not like John Mitten stuff.
No, that's not like that.
That's
much.
not just, it's still pretty spoiled. That's, you know what that is? That's Williamsburg.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
You got in Williamsburg, you shake people's hands, they feel real soft, they got a lot of attitude because they watch RuPaul's Drag Race and they think they're in some kind of underground scene.
They're so well moisturized.
Yeah, right? All smoking American spirits and drinking PBR.
Flannel.
That's it. I
Hey.
fucking hate it.
You're doing it backwards. You got to smoke cheap cigarettes and drink fancier beers,
Yeah.
right?
True.
Smoke Pall Malls, not American spirits,
Yeah.
and drink like
Stella.
yeah, like Stella's fine.
I like a
or
Peroni.
Classier.
Peroni's good. Anything.
Peroni.
Like you're going to vomit a lot more on PBR.
Yeah, that's true. It has a weird aftertaste.
It does.
Castor oil.
Cheap cigarettes.
So young William, he's living in Paris. Gay Paris.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? This bohemian, fast, loose
Got it.
fucking place. If you had $2,500 in Paris, what would you be doing?
I'd be asking a baker to make a penis-shaped bread that I can hang on my wall because it would be my penis.
Ah!
I can make jokes. I go out, pick up chicks, bring them back, want to see my dick.
You're a
just show them
bag
that.
Yeah, well, look at that.
Look at that. Dick-shaped bread.
You want a bite?
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Actual size. Look at it.
Cody, what about you? You got a lot of money and you could buy a
I
fucking...
like cheese. Cheese is cool,
Yeah.
man. Cheese is great. I like stinky cheeses.
I didn't know that about you.
Well, not the Limburger. That's overkill.
That's gross.
Oof.
Yeah.
What about that cheese that has maggots in it?
That's also overkill. Apparently, that's sweet.
It's like accidental cheese. It's hard to make. Like they make 100 of them, they put them in the cave, and then like 1 or 2 of them gets maggots. And that one's very expensive.
Well, that's in Italy. But
That's
anyway...
Slipknot
That's
cheese.
far away.
Yeah, that's different. So no, William wasn't fucking buying baguette dicks. He wasn't fucking buying stinky cheese that go in the baguette dicks to act as a schmegma for his dick cheese bread boy.
Yeah.
He was looking at Paris as a moral cesspool. He was shocked with the fact that husbands and wives openly took mistresses and lovers.
Whoa.
He wrote back to his buddy, his pen pal back in Tennessee. He said, I become more and more convinced each day that the spirit of freedom and Romanism are our enemies.
Oh.
Didn't like that freedom.
No. Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah.
So how long was he there again?
He was there for, I think, about 2 or 3 years.
Okay. Well, I mean, he knew the first week.
Yeah.
Why did he stick around?
He's trying to do medicine, dog. He's trying to look at ladies' body parts and not feel bad about himself.
I don't like this. I don't like this.
That mine eyes.
I don't like it.
You know that when you were younger, you looked at some weird biology thing and you're like, that's a tit.
I see this titty.
Yes.
Yeah. I used that book once.
And I'm grown up now. I'm not hungry for it. I want to... Never mind.
Well, William returns back home, studies medicine for a bit back in Nashville.
Right.
Then he says, fuck that. I don't like it. Told his parents who were footing the bill for his lifestyle, I'm going to go study law. And then he packs his bag and goes to New Orleans.
Nice. Also, the way you're saying it doesn't sound like a timid gray boy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He'd be like, puppykins.
I don't like it, strange people. I don't like it. I study law. I'm gonna go to Louisiana. Oh, they have Mardi Gras.
The Tuesday is so fat.
I feel like he did his first physical where he had to like do the cough, you know? And he was like, I touched a man's genitalia.
Do you know
Not
why you
doing
turn
that.
your head?
No.
What?
You know, it's cough and turn your head. You know why it's
I didn't have to do that.
You know why you have to turn your head?
I've never done one.
It's literally to not cough in the doctor's face. So when they're like, turn your head and cough, they're just like, please don't cough on my face.
That is
while my-
smart.
It's also just not a great idea to cough on anyone that has their hands like on them.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Last time I went there, usually I just reach underneath the gown, but my doctor wanted a full look at the whole package.
What did he set up like a Kino flow light and
was
something?
weird.
Like,
Nice. Yeah.
He set up a seamless and ring lighting.
I got a new lens I'm trying out on you.
Look at this glass.
All right, so now at the time, New Orleans was the second biggest metropolis in the U.S., second to New York City.
Wow, I wouldn't expect that.
That is because it was a port.
Exactly.
I would.
on-
Boston's a port. I expect that to be a close second, though.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think it was because New York and Boston are pretty close, so once you get stuff off the ships, you can ship it around easily.
Okay.
So those are your two big ports.
well, the main reason was because it was on the Mississippi. So all those furs and everything that they were doing up north all came down the Mississippi to New Orleans.
Right.
And it was a city that was built on the back of slavery because the
Deep
entire
South.
city was built by slaves.
Just like the rest of the country. I'm still looking at you, San Francisco, you cocksuckers.
Oh, we'll get there. So it's wide streets and European-influenced architecture, again, all built by slaves. It was the crown jewel and the heartbeat of the South. So this was like the southern city.
Okay.
Southern Bells.
Right. And William was not the only young, educated, doughy-eyed Nashvilleian to move to the Big Easy. This was actually like the 19th century version of Williamsburg.
Oh!
Hey! So all levels of
Thank you.
entitled uselessness moved there. William moved into an apartment that his parents were obviously paying for with a friend.
With a friend, yeah.
With a friend. And
Cut the cost.
he got his law degree and began practicing. Now, you see, the problem was that he couldn't get any clients because he fucking sucked at being a lawyer.
They couldn't hear him in the courtroom.
Yeah.
Your Honor. Your Honor. Your Honor.
What?
Objection.
No.
Okay.
Is that a lawyer?
Get that piece of celery out of the courtroom.
Send a telegram to my mommy. Need rent. Well, if you can imagine, William was not much of a ladies' man.
Oh,
You wouldn't think, right?
you called his eyes gray and doughy so far. I can't imagine.
And he also hated free sex and banging around and people who enjoyed their bodies.
God, free
Yeah.
sex.
Yeah, right? Fuck, man. I need a contract before I bang this whore.
Take my money, at least, you swine.
You must read the book of John before I can insert my pennual into you.
I'll be praying in the corner.
For both of us.
I will not look your face in the eyes, for that is where Satan lies.
Now give me a heath job.
Heathen job?
Yeah.
Is that like a heathen job? Oh.
You cut a hole in a sheet.
Cut a hole in a sheet, and then you close your eyes and let the heathen do the rest.
Talk to me like a heathen.
Yes. And then also be quiet.
Shut up immediately.
So while he was struggling to find work, he got the hots for the woman across the street. Her name was Ellen Martin.
Okay, how many limbs did she have?
How many cousins?
All her limbs.
All right.
All right.
How many cousins was she to your boy?
She actually surprising, not a cousin.
There's something else. What are we missing, Tom? She had gills.
She had gills. No, actually, she was deaf and mute.
Ah,
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
that's perfect.
Yeah.
Because can't hear him anyway. Can't hear the guy.
Yeah. Hello. No, Ellen was actually like a really amazing woman. Her family gave her a proper education, sent her to a deaf school.
Okay.
Cool.
And she was like very well educated. And it almost became like this story-esque romance where William learned sign, they fell in love, got engaged.
Oh, so that's nice.
Oh, good. Very nice. William's a nice boy.
But
But William wasn't happy. He was like, being a lawyer is shitty. I don't like this.
He just doesn't like to work.
You know what any sack shit that can't make it on their own skills or talent does when they have a bunch of money?
Daddy!
Poppy!
They buy real estate.
Oh, that's
in Florida.
true. But like, all right, even if you didn't have the capital to buy real estate and you just wanted to get in, you just wanted to be in there.
You get into politics.
Kind of. So he just starts kissing ass to all the rich people.
You
He's
into
going to all
politics.
these soirees and events with all the upper crust of fucking New Orleans.
I can't imagine that going well.
I mean,
I'm sorry, I can't hear you over this man playing the Jew's harp.
Excuse me.
so he starts going to all these events in New Orleans, all these like well-connected people. And during one particularly fancy dinner, William walks in with Ellen, and they're sitting at the dinner table.
Yes.
And Walker gets so pissed at Ellen, and he claims that Ellen did not understand the acceptable ways of affection for a woman of society.
What was she doing?
Pole dancing?
I was just thinking like maybe like a rubby or like, you know, giving him a little smooch on the cheek.
She was probably just saying hi.
She was,
Being nice.
she was
Yeah.
probably like sitting in his lap or something like that.
No, I don't know.
No, dude.
I think she was just being nice.
This guy left Paris because he couldn't stand looking at people.
That's what I'm saying. She's like, she tried sitting in his lap and he was like, no.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you mean.
So this one event was enough for him to break off their engagement.
Whoa!
Wow.
Dump that disabled girl.
Yep, right out of there. He said it was ungodly and immoral. And now, New Orleans, due to its muggy, week-year-old Jim Short climates,
Yes, I've been there.
is very prone to epidemics. One of the big ones was cholera at the time.
Which is shitting yourself to death.
Yes.
And do you know what a major cause of cholera is? Shitting too close to a river. And
drinking.
what mighty river is going through Louisiana?
Oh, the MISSISSIPPI. Did I spell that right?
So I just like to.
They're all just pooping in it.
I just like to think that's all of the country's cholera just going into Louisiana.
Right. So Ellen had already lost her father to that disease, and her ability to speak and hear was taken from her when she was a child. She had scarlet fever. So she wasn't born deaf and mute. It was just a disease.
She learned deaf and mute.
So after William, the love of her life, dumps her like hot rocks, her cousin and brother dropped dead of the cholera outbreak a few months later. Fucking bad timing.
Very bad timing there.
And then a couple weeks after that, she dies of cholera.
Oh, didn't see that coming.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Yeah. So this fucking jackass, dumped this disabled woman that he loved because of some fucking bullshit. So she was loving him back
Too hard.
God.
too hard,
Too hard.
and then she dies alone.
Oh my God. My brain is really upset.
Yeah.
My heart, not so much.
So, well, my heart's dead and cold inside.
My heart is a tube steak made of beans and sadness.
Mine's like deviled ham left in the sun.
Yours is like my friend Travis's.
What a coincidence.
So there's no records of William attending her funeral, although he may have penned a very cold, emotionally detached obituary in the Daily Delta. Because you see, while she was suffering, he found his new career.
Okay.
Oh, it's good.
Was it writing obituaries?
Newspaper editor. Hey!
How we doing?
Eventually, William would go on to buy the New Orleans paper, the Daily Crescent.
Good name.
Now, what was he writing about in the 1850s? Because we're in the 1850s right now.
Probably God.
No, not so much.
Oh, all right.
So he was actually talking about the big story during the 1850s that was going around. This guy, Narciso Lopez. And Lopez was a Spanish general who had moved to the U.S. He started recruiting troops in New York and New Orleans to invade Cuba in the hopes of annexing it to the U.S.
Great.
So he's
just
just
capturing Cuba.
Yeah, he's recruiting random fucking dudes off the street to try to go into Cuba and capture it for the U.S. Walker was obsessed with this story. He writes in the defense of Lopez that there is no law of nations nor of morals which deprives a man the right to expatriate himself if he pleases, to share in foreign quarrels which appeal to his love of liberty or detestation of tyranny, or even the mere sordid estimate of glory and gain. So he's basically just saying, it doesn't matter. We could go anywhere we want.
We can
We're
have
men.
manifest destinoid.
Yeah.
There you go.
So he then goes on to compare Lopez to Lafayette and Pulaski, which were heroes in the Revolutionary War that were foreign and helped us in the Revolution.
Okay.
All right.
Good
Fine,
guys.
fine,
Context. It's all about context.
Now, he would shout all these things, but then he also would shout fears that an unguided revolution in Cuba would lead to a Negro state. And if you remember, Walker is a Southern racist cocksucker. So that kind of fed into it.
Right. This is normal.
Yeah.
Now, you guys probably have a friend or friends that talk way too much about one particular subject.
Yeah, sure.
Just go off on
We
it.
go around the table?
Yeah, outs everyone.
No. I mean, just us. What do you?
Oh, what do I talk about?
What do I talk about?
Tom talks about noodling.
Yeah, music.
What do you talk about?
Dumb Japanese video game stuff.
Yeah,
Pokemon.
Shrimp.
Yeah!
Travis talks about shrimp and clams a lot. Ooh, especially when we're not recording.
Just seafood, man.
We've asked him to tone it down.
That's what we did for your 30th birthday.
We did. We had a shrimp clam fest.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
It was awesome.
Well, William was that dude who loved to chew people's ear off about a particular subject, and the subject was Individuals not sanctioned by a government capitalizing off of foreign revolutions to acquire new land for said country.
There's got to be a subreddit for it.
Yeah.
That's a mouthful.
It's r/filibustering or freebooting.
Freebooting.
Yes. So
Filibuster.
not to be confused with the political filibustering.
Yes, that's what I know. That's the only filibuster I know. What is other filibuster?
Well, I mean, what is filibustering then, as you know it?
In political world, a filibuster is your team lost and is so currently butthurt that you're going to go up and give your losing speech so long, so nauseatingly long, that you could come back and win.
Just some asshole talking too long.
Should be illegal.
It's a stall game. It's a stall game in politics.
This type of filibustering is a private citizen entering a foreign sovereign land in hopes of colonizing it or overthrowing its current government.
Okay, so you're not shedding your citizenship. You're still like, I'm an American.
Yeah.
That's fucking you up right now.
Right, but you're not like the American government. You're just
A boy.
a dude.
Some guy. All right.
So Europeans, and especially Americans, love to filibuster Central and South America. We talked about Greg McGregor.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was a filibuster.
Fun times.
And he was before Walker, so I'm sure Walker heard about him.
Just stepping in his shitty shoes.
Now, why did Americans in particular think it was all right for them to go and invade southern neighbors and say, that's mine?
Because
Racism.
America. Come on.
Yeah,
That's what we
America.
do.
If you don't respect anything, you can take everything.
Also, you're kind of helping them out by conquering them. You know what I mean? You guys know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't know what they're doing themselves. So
Right.
if you go in there and industrialize and enslave them, they'll be grateful.
How are they going to live without Easy Pass? How? How will they live without, what else do we have?
Venmo.
Like the swipe cards to the subway instead of tokens.
Yeah, how are they going to do anything without that stuff?
Torrents of junk mail. How can they function without junk mail coming at them every goddamn day?
Come on,
Yeah.
guys. Yeah.
Or the fact that I can just flash my phone at Dunkin' Donuts and they give me donuts.
They are stealing from you.
Oh, yeah?
They-
That's sick.
Yep.
No, I mean, we've talked about it before, especially with Andrew Jackson, is Manifest Destiny.
Yeah.
Destiny. Manifest Destiny. Manifest Destiny.
good
That's
stuff.
that racist bullshit that was written by a guy named John L. O'Sullivan, who claimed that God had helped the birth of the United States,
Clearly.
and the superior race of Anglo-Saxons were destined to take over the entire continent.
Because
Just because.
Now, what was a huge topic besides this guy Lopez? What was another huge topic in 1850s America?
it was racism. I mean, slavery.
Yeah.
Slavery.
Slavery.
That
The-
was big back then.
Yeah, the Civil War started in 1861.
Yeah.
So slavery was something that everyone was talking about. The U.S. was acquiring more and more states throughout the 1840s and 1850s. States like Florida, Texas, Wisconsin, Iowa.
Cool.
And there was a real power struggle between northern abolitionists and southern slave owners.
Right.
The thing was that the more states that either faction acquired meant there was more power in the House of Representatives and Senate.
Yep.
And as we know as American citizens, how fucked up the House and Senate are.
Nobody cares about you.
Yeah, nobody fucking cares about you.
I have a house. Why is your house better than mine? I got hibachi over here.
Right, so there's this like land grab going on right now.
Of course.
All right, so back to William. That was a lot of context I need to put out there.
Yeah, painting a picture of
Got
what
it.
America be like.
Painting
when
that
it
picture.
is.
So between the cholera outbreaks, we're back in fucking New Orleans right now. Between the cholera outbreaks and the fact that Walker had broken into the office and assaulted a rival Spanish-speaking newspaper editor with a cane,
Sure.
Walker decided, fuck this place, I'm moving to San Francisco.
Oh, that place.
The rice-a-roni capital of the world, dog.
Yeah.
Rice-a-roni. We kill you Chinese folks.
Well,
Wow.
Catchy?
yeah, dog.
Catchy enough.
That's how
Stomping
it is.
grounds of Joshua Norton.
That's very true.
Remember him?
Give that episode a listen.
Yeah, give that one a listen. Wow, so many references.
Oh, God.
We're actually turning into like one of those like historical like sites where you can just check out all these different things.
Well, if we do this for long enough, we can end up referencing our own episodes
And we'll
for
be
the other
geniuses.
episodes.
Yeah, then we don't need bibliographies or anything like that. Just,
Exactly.
I said it.
We
eventually.
live in a bubble, and everyone likes us. What's the point of checking anything out, right? Just be ourselves. What do we do? Hi, it's me, Tom. Hi, I'm Travis. Me, Cody. And then we all like drink and tell you a story, and we have a good time.
And sometimes we talk about shrimp and clams too much.
Point.
It's not point.
It's a beautiful cycle.
All right, so San Francisco nowadays, we know it as the technology mecca of the world. Whole bunch of soft tech bros that are constantly working out but would run away from the minor confrontation.
Of course, dude.
But back in 1849, it was a shit in the street, rough and tumble, dirty frontier town.
Like every other town.
Yes, but this one especially. This is the most west you can go.
Right. It's west and kind of up there. And there's a lot of trappers.
It's full of dirty gold rush prospectors,
Oh, yeah.
smelly ass fishermen, and on the run felons.
Very important.
Some of the smelliest people known to existence.
I don't want to smell. Would you be a fishmonger?
Back
it's
then,
bad.
yeah. Back then I would.
Right now, though.
It reeks.
Absolutely
man.
not.
It's horrid.
The ocean sucks now.
But don't you want to grab tuna by the horns and fucking shake it?
I would do that back then.
Tuna have no horns.
They have horns. That's the expression, dude.
Yeah, grab tuna by the horns and then go surfing.
Yeah. Cowabunga.
Mahalo.
Narwhals have horns.
Yeah, dude.
So Walker takes up an editing job at the Herald, which was a paper that would later be owned by Hearst.
Oh,
Not doxing myself.
Travis is worth $500 million. 'Cause
Yeah.
He works at McDonald's.
My name
On the
is
weekends.
Travis Lee Hearst, and I work at McDonald's.
yeah. And he always keeps at least $1,000 on his person.
Oh, good.
Go say hi to him.
Yeah, go say hi.
So Walker describes San Francisco as filled with gambling houses flooded with brilliant lights, music, with flaring streamers attracting idlers and men seeking relaxation. And its side streets were filled with shabby dens and public houses of the lowest order, frequented by sinister-looking men and brazen-faced women, who, day and night, were only ready for revelry and black crime.
Okay. Oh. So wait, I'm getting mixed signals here. Does he like San Fran?
He thinks it's like kind of a cesspool.
I'm noticing a fucking trend here. Are you?
Right, yeah. Okay, Cody, may I? So, cool shit, he's not down with.
No.
But dumb shit, he's way down with.
What do you mean, like, dumb shit?
Dumb shit. For example, you told him he beat up that other gentleman.
Yeah, that Spanish dude.
Who was just on his lunch break, eating some carnitas, and all of a sudden he gets whipped in the head with a cane. Leave the fucking guy alone.
Yeah, he's just a mean dude.
That's not cool shit.
Yeah. So he doesn't like the real cool shit.
If you're gonna hit someone with a cane, you gotta tell him.
Yeah.
You gotta tell him, I'm gonna hit you with a cane.
Brace
Where's
thyself.
your cane? Get your cane.
Yeah. Excuse me, sir. I'm gonna hit you with cane.
If they don't have a cane, give them yours and get your spare cane.
Or break it in half.
One gang that controlled a sizable chunk of San Francisco was a group of Australian felons that escaped the penal colony continent, Australia, sailed across the Pacific in search of opportunity. They
Some
had
more shit to steal.
Yeah, okay. So Australian felons is the most redundant thing I've heard all day.
Yeah, right? Especially for that time period.
Well, you're going to love this. What would you name yourself if you're going to be an Australian gang?
The Dingoes.
The Aussies?
Aussies? Come on, get creative, dog. You're a creative individual.
I'm not saying... Look, I'm trying to say if I was in these people's shoes and no one had heard of Australia except for criminals, then I'd be down to call myself the Aussies. Today, I call myself the Bogans. I've got a bigger pickup truck than you, mate. Me and me bugs. We hanging out.
No, they had a terrifying name. A very terrifying name.
The Rapers?
The Sydney Ducks.
I don't know. Rapers is way more terrifying.
So these Sydney ducks would rob gold mines, and they would intentionally start massive fires within San Francisco, and then like rob the house while it was burning.
Of course. While
Kind of
everyone's
thing.
running out, you run in
Yeah.
and you find their canes.
And then you die of the fire you set.
Yeah, but you're a duck. So you're fine, I guess. I don't know.
Now,
Ducks love fire. They
Ducks are
swim.
fireproof.
They swim in fire.
That's true. They're covered in oil. Natural oil.
They love lava.
Right up.
Walker, in addition towards advocating about filibustering, he decided to take up reporting on corruption in San Francisco.
Right.
Now, that didn't make him a very popular person because most of the elites were in bed with these gangs like the Sydney Ducks, taking bribes or skimming off their...
How could you not?
Yeah, why not?
Well, dude, if you don't, you're going to get ducked.
Whoa!
See, I still would have gone with rapers.
Sydney
It's not a
Raper.
word.
If you don't,
It's not a word.
going to get raped.
Rapists.
Yeah, but... All right, rapers might not be a word, but it's way more heavy of an implication than the ducks.
Ducks fly together,
The
man.
ducks is a softball team.
Yo, but no.
The rapers are rapists.
Yeah.
What are you running from?
I'm running from the Ducks because they have those weird quack things that are fucking annoying. That's a very local
All right,
joke.
so you're... Yeah, well, true. That's extremely local.
They have these
Also-
quackers. That's
right.
They don't even
fucking
know-
shit.
All right,
It's a
fine.
team yet.
Whatever.
You just said they.
We talking about baseball Ducks.
We talked about baseballs.
Long Island Ducks baseball team.
Yeah, terrible.
Oh, I'm cutting all that out.
All right.
Perfect.
Well, Walker had his sights on a judge named Roderick N. Morrison, who he accused of bribery, extortion, and letting deadly criminals walk the streets. Mainly the Ducks.
Yeah,
Look at these fucking idiot Ducks.
fucking ducks.
So he wrote these like op-eds on Morrison and his clerks. The problem was one of his clerks was named William Hicks Graham, who was a notorious gunman and duelman in the Old West.
You don't want to fuck with those guys.
Duelman.
Yes.
Is that...
Duelist.
I was going to say...
Yeah, see, you rubbed off on me, dude. It's not rapers, it's duelmen.
I didn't say it was rapers. I would say I would name something
All right.
rapers.
Rapey.
If I had a gang of hooligans, even if none of us ever raped, I would still call us the rapers. Get the fuck out of our way.
I mean, I would get the fuck out of the way of the rapers.
Yeah,
I'm not lying.
not like, hey, Gene, watch out, we're coming. Quack.
All right, so this guy Graham, he pulls out his white glove and challenges Walker to a duel.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
A little slap in the face.
Now, you know, ever since Walker had beat that random dude, the random editor in New Orleans,
The Cane Man.
things were, he thought he was like hot shit because he just like busted in this guy's house, fucking beat him up, and then left.
With a weapon.
Right.
Beat an unarmed man up with a weapon and left.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Now, since his time in Cali, he had fought a previous duel with single shot dueling pistols. So those were, you stick the one bullet in the,
Yep. How duels should be.
and you shoot, and then if you miss, then that's it.
Well, if you miss, you got to pray the other guy misses.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
the only thing.
Oh, God.
And his first duel, both him and his opponent came out with minor injuries. I don't know who technically won or conceded, but whatever. Walker was a cocky little shit and accepted Graham's duel and the terms of his duel, which was using a 5-shot Colt Dragoon revolver.
So it's very obvious he had never done this before.
That's not what you use.
That does, yeah, that's pretty dumb.
It's a revolver, and you have 5 shots.
That's just a shootout. That's unclean.
Yeah, and this isn't a guy that, like, everyone knows this guy is, like, a famous fucking Wild West shooter. It's not like he's just, like, out of nowhere. Like, Walker knows that this guy is good at shooting guns.
Sonny, you sure you want to do that?
I always do things really good, and I hate the French.
So anyway, the day of the duel is here. They're both given their Colts. They stand back to back, walk 10 paces, turn, and then bang, bang! 2 shots are fired.
2?
Before Walker could even have a chance to pull the trigger, Graham had shot 2 shots into Walker's leg and thigh,
You fat fuck.
seriously wounding him. And Walker then concedes, and Graham walks away without a scratch.
Oh, Interesting.
He wasn't shooting to kill. He was being a pleasant man.
Exactly.
He's like, oh, you're giving me 5 shots to fucking ruin your afternoon? Sure.
That is a very interesting maneuver.
After the duel, Walker abandons his fight on corruption. It took fucking 2 bullets in the leg.
Right. Oh, it's all fine. No corruption. Nothing corrupt here. Waddling away.
Each step, blood just squirts out.
There's a bunch of ducks just like, meh.
Yeah, mate.
You done it, mate. Meh, 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 meh. Meh, meh. They're doing that goose thing, like the
With
shadow
their neck?
puppets. No, yeah, like they're doing that, like that. Just that's their gang sign. Just kind of doing the shadow puppet duck, but without a shadow.
I mean,
It's very confusing.
throwing up
Yeah.
the West Coast gang sign, I thought that was cool, but doing fucking duck puppets,
Ducks,
that's where
yeah.
it's at, dude.
You see that duck?
I'd confuse that for a snake if I saw you doing that.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Is that a snake, mate? No.
Nah, it's a duck.
It's a duck.
You got to look at the rigidity of this.
Walker shifts his view back towards filibustering. Now, California had just become the 31st state in 1850,
Congratulations.
and it's decided to be a free state. That meant no slaves. Good for you.
Yeah, it worked out for them. I mean, now they're number 7 in the world economy, so that's cool.
Yeah,
Still a free state, I've heard.
I've heard
I
such
heard that
things.
too.
Cool. Good for you, Cal.
Unless if you count slave to their phones and drones
Damn.
And almonds.
and almonds.
Almonds. Damn. Can't talk about the almond state. Okay, there is a conspiracy.
Just a little
around
bit. Just a
almonds.
little bit tonight, Tom.
I'm going to make it real short. Just look into almonds and how they're ruining California 100%. It's done. There's no problems. Nothing wrong with the straws. It's the almonds.
The Californians have like goddamn 3 animals they can like suck on to get milk, and they're touching almonds for it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
fuck.
like the bear, the seal, and the duck.
Clam.
I got to start that Twitter page, I think. My conspiracy.
Anti-almonds?
Almondwar.com.
Almond facts. Yeah.
Almond. Well, it's got to be the Almond War because it's the war on almonds. But war on almonds is long for a Twitter handle, so it's got to be Almond War.
Very true.
Yeah.
All right, so Walker, sticking to his southern roots, was like, hey, this filibuster tactic, the South could acquire way more states for their side, more slave states. So he is like, I should have a military expedition and incite a rebellion, make my own territory, and then have it become a slave state, because I'm a racist fuck.
I know what I want.
Wait, so he's doing this like I'm allowed to run out and fuck a country up to America trick to America?
I mean, yeah. I mean, you look at it that way, yeah.
He's like, I want to be part of America. I'm going to make my own state, and I'm going to do it my way.
Yeah.
My way or the highway.
Sovereign citizen. This is like the first sovereign citizen.
Yeah.
Are you detaining me? Are you detaining me?
So he assembles his team of, in air quotes, colonists and investors for what he called the Republic of Sonora. And he promised
Sonora, by the way, is carrot.
Is it?
In Portuguese.
What? Oh, that's
Yeah.
not Mexico. They speak Spanish.
Well, that's different. I don't know any Spanish at all, actually. Don't know a single thing about Spanish.
Oh, well, that's good for you,
Are you
Tom.
sure there's not a tilde in there? It's not Senora?
No, I think it's Sonora. I've
Spell
heard
it.
that before. Sonora.
See, that's not carrot in Portuguese.
Sonora.
Spelled differently.
Because
I don't
they
know
have
why
the
you
Sono-
said that.
they have the
I don't know why you
Sonoran
I don't know
Desert.
why you let me say that.
They're hitting each other.
So everyone on board, all these colonists and investors were promised 1 square league, which is 7 miles. Squares.
Why do you got to do that to us?
I know, right? I just wanted to say 1 square league because it sounds cool.
One
does. But I immediately despise you for making me go to Wolfram Alpha.
They got these 7 square miles once the future state was safely settled.
Okay.
So when Walker was talking to people about this expedition, he made it clear that it wasn't an invasion of Mexico and there was no intention of creating a slave state. Because you see, the U.S. had signed the Neutrality Act of 1794, which it had broken in 1812 when it invaded Canada. But then we got our ass blasted by the British, so we signed a new Neutrality Act in 1817.
Okay, we won't do it for realsies.
Yeah, for real.
We're sorry.
We won't do it. So in that act, it said that no U.S. citizen could invade another country, or else it would be a breaking of international law.
This guy, when he was doing it, there was no law saying fuck off.
Well, no, it was illegal if he was invading, but if he was settling.
Oh, or annexing.
Or not even annexing, just like settling or doing like a mining expedition or something.
Okay.
It's fine, as long as you don't like go with guns blazing.
Right, he registered
into another
it
country.
as a charity. So he didn't have to pay taxes.
Perfect.
Basically, megachurch.
Yeah, or GE.
Or GE.
Or the NFL.
Or the NFL.
Too big to fail.
Now, Walker knew when he was building this that his expedition was going to be hostile because he started stockpiling weapons. And even though he was saying that it was going to be a peaceful mining colony, he knew it was fucking illegal. So, but he tried. In the summer of 1853, he sent a buddy to Mexico City to ask the government, hey, can we set up a colony in Sonora to protect the U.S. from Indian raids?
You asked.
What do you think the Mexican authorities did?
No way, Jose.
Yeah, they were like, fuck out of here. No soy, bien.
What?
No
soy bien.
No soy, bien.
I'm not good.
Take
not
care of him.
good.
Yeah. Stand up for yourself.
So the word spreads quickly that this Walker dude is building up to invade Mexico. And eventually, President Franklin Pierce hears about it and sends General Ethan Allen Hitchcock to San Francisco to keep an eye on Walker and secure the San Francisco Bay Harbor.
Now, Ethan Allen, they
Yes.
make makeup.
Hold on.
Right?
They make furniture.
Furniture. Okay, I don't know. I don't have either.
Well, Ethan Allen Hitchcock furniture is all furniture, but it's all at weird angles. Makes you very uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah, it's got the Hitchcock.
It's got the Hitchcock on it.
It's kind of like if you see a
Dutch
couch
angle.
and you're walking to sit on it, it just keeps moving, like the background of a Hitchcock.
Yeah. Oh, I wanted to sit down.
No,
Look,
come sit on that.
What's going on?
I'm supposed to sit down here.
Yeah, it makes your house a lot bigger, but you're never going to sit down. That sucks.
All right, so General Hitchcock starts noticing once he gets to San Francisco that there's a ship called the Arrow that's outfitting itself with ammunition and rations and a large group of people and guns.
What's that about?
And he's like, oh, let me investigate this. He finds out that Walker hired that ship. So he seizes it and leaves a whole bunch of guards on the ship and in the bay. So Walker can't fucking leave.
Ooh.
Walker's furious. Remember, he was a lawyer, so he sues the state superior court and demands that the Arrow's released. Now, during the legal battle, Walker starts secretly outfitting a different ship called the Caroline, and he has his colonists start moving, ferrying supplies out to the ship, like at night.
Yeah, colonists. You think like men, women, and children, but for some reason I'm thinking his colonists are just real big men.
All big men.
Big men.
Brawny.
Bear City.
Lumberjacks.
Let's go. They never take no for an answer. Like the ducks.
Well, to
Like
speak...
those ducks.
Those fucking ducks. Fucking ducks.
Hi, mate. I'm a duck.
So to speak to the character of these colonists, one night, one of General Hitchcock's lieutenants catches some men transporting some ammo and shit to this boat. Word gets to Walker. He rallies 45 of his troops. He had a lot more. But most of the 45 were wasted. And they get to the ship all hurried, like, and they jump on this thing and they get out of the bay, but they're completely unarmed and short on supplies. Because they're wasted.
Oh, right. They're just wasted. We got this.
Yeah, we're out of here.
Can you call my mom?
So the Caroline sailed down the coast of California, down past Baja, which is that weird little dangus thing that's below California.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that word tip.
It's that whole.
It's a uvula.
The whole time you're there, if you haven't been to Baja before, you can hear Anthony Kiedis screaming from SoCal the entire time.
Right.
You just hear like,
I wanna take Mike, our intern, there, and just be like, "You like this island?"
Because it's a peninsula.
yes. All right, that took me a second.
Also,
How you doing?
Also, another fun fact: the wells are filled with Baja Blast.
Oh, that's great,
I
dude.
don't think that's true.
That is true. That's a fact. I'm doing the research.
That's true. Quote us on your theses.
During the podcast, you're doing the research. Good.
So Walker realized he had a whole bunch of hungover. I'm going to stop calling them colonists. I'm just going to call them troops.
Chumps.
Yeah, chumps.
Privateers, almost.
Right. So
Yeah.
he had a whole bunch.
Pinkertons.
No.
Yeah.
Bring that back in.
He had a whole bunch of hungover troops. And he's like, there's no way I'm making it to Sonora, because he had to go all the way around Baja up into like that fucking butthole area in between Mexico and Baja.
Okay.
That has a name.
It's called the butthole.
I think it's like the Sea of Cortez or something.
What
I
is the butthole in Spanish? That's what it's called.
La Ano. El Ano.
El Ano. So he had to fucking sail all the way around Baja into El Ano. And then that's where Sonora is. But he was like, I got all these hungover idiots. So he decided to reroute his invasion to Baja's capital, La Paz.
Which is the place.
Yes.
More or less.
So Walker dispatches his army, which he calls the 1st Independent Battalion, to take El Paz, or La Paz. Lucky for him, they were completely surprised. They were like, "Oh, the fuck are these fucking idiots?"
Yeah.
Yeah, and they
It's like homeless man, you know?
right.
Like, what is this guy doing? He hasn't talked to anyone in weeks. What is he doing on my property?
Yeah. So they roll up with all these guns and they just surrender.
Okay.
And lucky for Walker, because most of these men that he had brought on had never seen a battle before.
Lucky.
Yeah. So Walker lowers the Mexican flag over La Paz and raises his new flag that he had already made, which was 2 horizontal red bars with 2 stars in the middle. There was a white stripe in the middle.
Okay.
And he renames Baja to the Republic of Lower California. Very original.
It's good.
Okay.
It sounds official.
Sounds official.
Sounds,
It's nice.
It's stupid. Just like West Virginia. It's not that creative of a name, but we know it's official because of how stupid it sounds.
It has a great song.
Yeah, take me home, Mountain Dew mouth, whatever. Who gives a shit?
It's almost worse than a meth mouth.
I've actually never been to West Virginia. I hear it's pretty charming,
I mean,
but also a lot of Walmart. So you got to find the nooks of hanging around.
You got to find a target and then find the nearest Cracker Barrel to that target, and you're probably safe.
That's where you're eating forever.
yeah. Country road, take me home. Republic of Lower California. Country
where I call home. Just made this
California.
The whole time.
So Walker makes his Declaration of Independence. He says, the Republic of Lower California is hereby declared free, sovereign, and independent. All allegiances to the Republic of Mexico are forever renounced.
All right, so
Mine.
imagine that, but a lot quieter. A little mousier.
Yeah.
He did it.
He did
He still did it. The words are there.
Yeah. So with all this pomp and circumstances, he leaves a few men in La Paz, under 10 men to defend this newly captured city,
great.
and sets sail for his original destination in Sonora, taking the old governor of La Paz with him as a captive on the ship.
So he leaves 10 of his chumps there,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
And then he's like, now you folks behave. I'm going to leave.
With your mire.
I don't think that captivity did that well over time.
No.
I'm just guessing.
I'm just guessing. A little
Gotta guess,
foreshadowing
like,
here.
oh, these guys took us over, and now there's 10 of them.
yeah.
And we're a bunch of pissed off Mexicans.
Yeah.
Take it back.
No, well, he's sailing off on the Caroline and he issues more decrees. He basically copy-pastes the Louisiana set of laws as the new laws of the Republic of Lower California, which meant that it was a slave state.
Oh.
Like, he literally just was like, crossed out all the times it said fucking Louisiana and just put Republic of Lower California.
In crayon.
Nice. I feel like that's a lot of YouTube videos.
There was no Apple F back in the day. Replace all.
So, en route to Sonora, Walker sacks a few more towns and villages and ranches.
Of what? Just
Just like
Mexican?
Mexican cow herders and things.
What did they do?
I don't know. But he told the citizens that the supplies and money that he was pillaging from them with his ruthless troops would be repaid once the country was properly established.
Oh, that's fine then.
We're taking this, but don't worry about it. Just outside. Just hanging out right outside of your front door.
Yeah.
It's like a rent
I'll give it back in a bit.
It's like a rent-a-center, but horrible.
Are you trying to say that Rent-A-Center isn't horrible?
Yeah. They had Hulk Hogan as their rep for a while.
That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad.
Oh, my God.
You know something else about these 22-inch pythons? You can also get this 22-inch tube TV color. Let me tell you something, brother. This is how we sell TVs around here. It's not selling, you rent to buy. Rent to buy.
God, it's the worst scam ever.
We don't even check credit.
Walker's making a fuck ton of noise. All the surrounding ranchers are like, yo, let's organize a militia and also send a word to Mexico City to, like, send the army, because this guy's a dick.
All right.
Send the army. Deck here.
So Walker finally reaches Sonora and takes the capital of Ensenada, which he, that's also a Taco Bell order. Did I fuck that up?
I don't know.
Dude, I don't know. You're reading it.
Don't know. Ensalada.
So thankfully he was resupplied by some troops from San Francisco, because he had this dude in San Francisco that was like, yo, come join the fucking party. Come on down.
Party.
Wait, which guy is...
It's just like another guy. Like, you know, he has all these editor friends.
Okay.
So while he's invading, he's like sending this shitty PR about come down and liberate Mexico. Freedom. But we're actually a mining company, so don't worry about it.
Come down and liberate your house from being empty. Rent my center.
So he puts the governor of Ensenada on the Caroline with the other governor. This is like locked up down there.
There's...
It's my governor collection.
Yeah.
This one's Herbert. That one's Lou.
Are you kidding me, man? What am I doing on this ship?
Oh, my God. It's just two dudes in a room that used to be governors, rightfully elected. What are we doing here?
You see the one guy playing solitaire and the other guy just falls in. He's like, oh, thank God.
Now we can play chess.
With cards, Thomas.
Now we can play chess.
So while he's settling into Ensenada, he's just, he's fucking putting his new fixins in and raising that flag. The Mexican Navy rolls up on the Caroline. And it was like, yo, goes up to the captain of the Caroline, a guy named Howard Snow, and gave him an ultimatum. He said, turn over both of the governors or we'll sink you.
Well, and the governors, presumably.
Well, yeah, but at this point, they're just like...
Yeah.
Yeah, and Snow was like, oh, yeah, I'm not going to sail away. Here you go. Here's your governors. Bye.
Okay, so that didn't last long.
It didn't last long.
Not even one checkmate.
And then after they got the governors back, the Mexican Navy shelled the fuck out of Walker, pushing him and his troops inland. But while he's retreating away from Ensenada, he issues his Declaration of Independence for the Republic of Sonora.
On the retreat.
On the retreat.
Leaving.
We got this. We got this. We totally got this. This is mine now.
They cannot hear you at home.
Yeah, he's fucking running. He's like, don't worry, we're independent.
I like how he's running on a boat.
No, he's on land now.
Oh, excuse me.
He's on land now.
Faster.
Get away.
The boat left him. So, like, basically, he's stranded.
How do these boats work?
You run this way.
So, because of his lack of military experience and his scrawny, non-imposing size, and maybe also his inability to lead troops or defend an area, during this march through the Sonoran desert, his troops started to get a little bit antsy. They started plundering things and from any ranch they found because they were here for gold, you know?
Oh, I'm getting a little antsy. I'm gonna go steal shit.
Yeah, steal shit and rape shit.
That's what
Rape shit, right.
I was going to say it's what I do, and then you said rape shit, so thanks,
Yeah,
Travis.
no, you're not going to do that.
I gotta de-ants myself.
Also, Walker... Also,
Your Honor.
I gotta find a gold or something.
Also, Walker is paying them in the Republic of Sonora military scrip, which is Completely worthless.
Dude, I love that word script because it just sounds like you're drunk, but it's like, so you can play that on the Scrabble board, don't worry.
Yeah. Oh, my script. You don't worry, you get script.
You want some script? Yeah.
Look, I need to get by. Oh, take some script.
Right?
I don't know, maybe a little scrap on the way out.
Once Walker's troops start getting in some skirmishes with this rancher militia that had...
So he fucked up so many ranchers that they were like, get off.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Just because this game has been really fun. Travis, sexual position for the rancher militia.
Oh. Well, all right. So there has to be a fence involved. So, like...
Electrified or...
No, well, all right. Yes. Electrified.
She or he?
What? She or he. She,
Okay.
it doesn't matter. It's equal opportunity.
Are we talking about the fences pronoun?
No. The person is standing on top of the electrical fence. The wires are going up to their nips, right? And you're eating ass. You're eating ass.
Okay.
On this fence while they're getting shocked.
So
That's pretty cool.
You're getting shocked every time you scoop some salad.
Well, I've been drinking. What's the name of this sexual position again? Ranchers Revolt?
Fuck, I forgot.
Ranchers Militia.
Ranchers Militia.
Yeah, Ranchers Militia.
Okay.
All right, so he's doing the Ranchers Militia on all of his troops. Get him real happy.
It's a lot of power drainage.
But no, he's actually not doing that. Like, so he's not doing that because they're all pissed. If he was doing that, they'd be happy.
I just thought of the worst sex position for Ranchers Militia.
Come on,
all right.
We're still here.
It's a foot job, but you still have your
You
metal
can't just
boots
say
on.
foot job. What's
Wait,
the
what?
foot doing?
I'm not done. You're doing. It's a foot job, but you still have like combat boots on, like dirty rancher boots.
Oh, I was gonna say dad sandals with toeless socks.
Oh, that's
You're just unclean.
Oh,
yeah, no.
You're just unclean for
Mine's
life.
awful. Yeah, mine's awful. Yours is questionable, but still.
Yeah, yours is awful. Mine's just unacceptable.
I won't have that in my house. Not even a joke.
Meanwhile, Travis's guys are sitting on electric fences eating ass. That guy in socks is disgusting.
fucking gross. All right, so he's marching these troops, paying them nothing through the desert, and a bunch of them are like, fuck this, and they start to desert. And mutiny was on the air. So what does Walker do? He rallies all of his troops together, the ones that hadn't fucking pissed off in the desert, and in some type of like movie type speech, he says some things about how they were inspired to come here. And
did he try and William Wallace?
Yeah.
Fuck. You know who can pull off the William Wallace?
William Wallace.
That's it. That's all. That's all. That's it.
That's it.
Not even Mel.
So he's talking about fucking liberty, and and they came here on a noble pursuit from God, and so he gave the troops 2 hours to figure out whether they would stand with him or hand in their rifles and return home.
That's too long.
And forget about the dream of Sonora.
Oh. So he literally did like the line in the sand thing.
Yeah, but he gave him 2 hours to cross it. You got to Picard that shit. You know where you stand.
Yeah.
Well, you have to guilt people into not doing it.
You got to Zissou it.
I think anyone in the right mind would figure out what to do immediately. There's no questioning. Yes, there might be a doubt, but your allegiance is far beyond that.
Yes. You're here there, sir.
Yeah, 2 hours. Come on.
So 2 hours, they're figuring out 43 troops left. He only had about 300. So 43 were like, fuck off. And so Walker's like, give me your rifles. You're leaving. But most of them had like their own personal weapons that they brought. Like it wasn't even like an issued weapon.
Right.
That's a rough militia.
Yeah, I mean that's what happens when you ask people to sign up to hang out with you. Like, you want to hang out? Yeah, sure. I'll bring this thing I got with me.
I feel like that's me coming over here and I have like 2 Gordita Crunches like that I bought for myself. And then you're like, yo, could I get that? Because we're hanging out.
No, it's way worse than that. It's like you come over here with 2 Gordita Crunches and I go, Travis, we're not friends anymore. Give me both of those.
Well, here's the thing. You can use 2 Gordita Crunches. You can eat one and then the other. I don't know why you'd need 2 rifles.
Keeping them loaded, dog.
If you don't have men, like, yeah, I guess, yeah.
So most of these people are like, fuck off, these are my weapons. So Walker then orders his loyal troops to open fire on the deserters.
Oh.
But his loyal troops are like, no.
Yeah, these are us also.
Who are you? The whole time. What's going on? What's his name? Who's this guy? Come on, who's this guy?
It's Walker, Texas Ranger.
Oh, man.
Wait a minute. So you're asking me to use my gun to shoot that guy because that guy wouldn't give you his gun?
I paid for these bullets.
They're expensive, man.
Yeah.
Why don't you get your cane, you dope?
So the first independent army numbers begin to dwindle, and
Wonder why.
and Walker begins executing those who disobey him or desert.
Well, that's why they're dwindling.
Jeez.
Yeah.
You're an asshole.
Yeah, while his troops are stuck to small rations of beef, which are fine with me. I mean, that sounds good.
Well, you want
Well,
big
small-
rations.
You want
of
large.
beef.
You
Yeah.
want, you
Yeah.
want
I
Texas
want large
Steakhouse
beef. Large
portions.
beef.
You want portions of beef with fried onions on the side.
Like-
little mashed tater.
Like beef where you stick a finger through the steak and then put a shrimp through that hole. That's
So-
called the Texas billionaire.
I thought that was called the Outback Volcano.
All right, so while his men are eating this beef, Walker had commandeered from the locals a small supply of corn, which he ate in front of the troops. It was like, I got this corn, you just eat that beef.
I'm going to eat them with both of my holes. I will show you how it's done.
One deserter described Walker as this. His vanity made him what? The way as this.
Presentation's everything.
I know.
One deserter described Walker as
this. That was all my delivery, bro.
Yeah, no, I like it. I like that.
So he
doing fine.
described him as this. His vanity made him tyrannical. His weakness renders him cruel. His unbound, senseless ambition has led him to believe that he is born to command.
All right. Yeah.
And we haven't heard a single word he said the whole time.
No, it's all other people.
What?
Big up. Are those eyes great?
King is guns.
Doughy. Don't forget Gray and Doughy.
Found some corn. King of his guns.
So if you remember, or if you can imagine, clothes back in the 1800s, shitty. So most of his troops are fucking naked, shoeless,
Whoa.
and starving as they march north over the Colorado River. Still in Mexico, not in Colorado.
How do they have guns but not paint?
Where you gonna put your guns?
They built the guns all right.
All right, the guns come with a vest.
The pants fell apart like a Chinese motorcycle.
So they cross the Colorado River, and one of the men drowns in the rapids.
Oh, okay.
Oh, just one. We didn't like him anyway.
Then fucking Walker on the other side of the river realizes their situation. Like, wow, we're fucked. I'm looking at all my fucking men's dongs because they don't have pants.
Because they ate them.
Yeah, and he's like, hey, we should go back to Ensenada, the fucking capital that I took.
They have pants.
So they cross the river that someone had just drowned in.
He just bobs up on you like, oh, get out of here.
We take this for granted, but like when you hit Mexico, Baja, those areas today, you can rent a jet ski. Really
Yeah.
easy to cross that shit.
Super sick.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, your mullet is fucking going in the wind, dog.
It's in the wind. You got sweet ass Oakleys. You're blasting them.
Oakleys are not on your eyes; they're on the back of your head.
They're on the back of your head. You're drinking a few Bud Lights, and it's just like, can't believe someone drowned this stupid shit.
Baja, dude.
Baja, see, I'm a jerk. Silent J's.
So while Walker is marching his troops into starvation, the Mexicans had reclaimed all of the cities that Walker had captured. He left like 10 to 5 dudes in each one.
So they were all captured.
They were all recaptured
Yeah.
back by the Mexicans.
Of course. You have to stay there for like a week.
Yeah. So on the march back, he ran into this rancher militia while they were doing their dirty. Fucking. Ooh. And the militia traps Walker and his 33 remaining fighters in a barn.
No pants.
They're having this like Mexican standoff.
Okay.
Bang, 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 boom.
Is that where it comes from, or no?
Probably not.
Raise my hopes to disappoint me thoroughly.
Yeah. So eventually there was a ceasefire, and the Mexican militia sends a message to Walker, and he's like, yo, you can surrender right now. We'll let you walk. And Walker tore it up and threw it on the ground.
Because he's a moron.
Yeah. So that standoff lasted a few more days, and Walker realized, well, I don't have any food, and I probably should just ditch this whole fucking republic thing and go back to the U.S.
Could have saved a few days here had I just not ripped up a shitty piece of paper. Just kind of left.
So when he's ready to leave this barn, he notices the militia's not there. Why aren't they there? Because they set up a barricade on the U.S. border, like basically blocking Walker from going back to the U.S.
Oh.
So they set up this barricade, right?
Mm-hmm.
But right behind the barricade was a bunch of U.S. soldiers led by a Major Justice McKenzie. McKinley. Something.
Well,
a major. Not important. There's a bunch of American troops behind the Mexicans on the U.S. border.
Yeah. Yeah. Yaskri, my name is Justice.
So he built a wall, did he, Travis?
So they were busy building a wall. No, they were actually like, yo, come here.
Oh, come on through.
Because they were going to arrest him for breaking the Neutrality Act.
Oh, okay. Smart.
So Walker and his troops march right into this barricade of shit. You know, you got Mexicans on one side that want to kill him, and the fucking U.S. that wants to arrest him
Not good.
on the other side. The militia allows this dude, fucking Justice Boy, Judge Dredd,
Got it.
to send a message to Walker, and the message basically informs him that the U.S. troops have no jurisdiction to intervene with any attack on the militia, and they were facing arrest on the other side of the border. So he's like, Walker, fuck you. If you want to die to these guys, we're not helping.
Oh, okay.
So Walker's like, all right, let's do an all-out charge of the barricade.
It's just one bad idea after 9.
So Walker and his troops fucking line up. They got all their fucking shitty-ass muskets that they've, I don't know, probably all fucked up because they've been marching through the desert. Do like an all-out charge on this shit, right? And the Mexican militia simply steps aside and lets Walker's troops charge right through into the hands of the U.S.
Genius.
Yes.
That's like a Wile E. Coyote fucking thing.
Come on through.
Come on, go out.
Get out of the way.
Get out of the way, mate.
And just because like they're so like worn down and like ragged, like that charge was probably like the most feeble thing you've ever seen.
Yeah, the U.S. troops should just let them charge as far as possible because their eyes were probably closed and they were just.
You know the Christmas wrapping core cardboard like tube.
Yeah,
and
right.
when you hit your siblings with it like 14 too many times, it gets like all like floppy.
Yeah,
that's what I'm imagining these guys are charging with.
Those are their rifles.
Yeah.
So now you think you're like Travis. This has to be the end of the story here.
Yeah, please. This guy sucks.
Yeah, he
You
does.
have 20 more slides I just saw.
Oh, yes, I do.
God damn it.
So, you'd think he might spend the rest of his life in jail.
Yeah.
No?
Rest of his jail in life.
Jail in life.
Jail life rock.
18 in life, dog.
But remember now, Walker was a Weasley lawyer type.
Oh.
Because he had a law
Also
background.
redundant.
And he was also a newspaper editor. So, like I mentioned, this dude that was back in fucking San Francisco, he was spreading all this shit that's saying, like, inflating these stories of liberation. So he had the people behind him.
Okay.
Being like, this dude's coming in giving liberty to Mexico.
I don't like it.
So long story short, he was able to snake his way out of violating the Neutrality Act because he never said that we were invading.
So he served no time?
No time.
Who says they're invading? That's my. Who's like, we are invading?
Yeah, you don't announce invasions.
Yeah.
You wanna declare it on your enemy's corpses.
Yeah.
You want to say we invaded you? Ha ha ha! You stupid idiot! There's your dead children. Ha ha!
Heavy-handed. So
what do you think Walker did with his freedom? With his freedom and democracy in the U.S. of A.?
He outsourced it to China?
Nice.
That's the American way, dog. Mm-hmm. No, he went right back to filibustering.
Oh, okay. Well, go do what you're good at. That's what your dad says sometimes.
So this time he decided to try his hand at Nicaragua. And why Nicaragua? Because that thin little section of Central America was incredibly important for shipping goods because people had to move shit from the east to the west.
No Panama Canal.
There was no Panama Canal yet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Actually, if you went through Nicaragua, there's a big old lake in the middle of it. It saved you a few days off the voyage, as opposed to going down to Panama and you could snake through some fucking rivers and shit. There's no canal, but like you could still get your way over in Panama, which is what they were doing.
Right.
But they're like, hey, Nicaragua, fucking lake, dude.
Okay. That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah. The Americans and the British had set up companies there. And the problem was that the Nicaraguans were in the middle of a civil war. So basically one of them would, the British or Americans would like make a treaty with one of the two sides. And the two sides were the liberals and the legitimists.
Oof.
The legitimists.
Legitimists.
Can we make that a new party now?
Yeah.
Yo, I'm a legit boy.
Legit. Too legit to quit. So they'd make this fucking agreement with one of them and the other one would say, nah, I didn't fucking sign that. You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
Reneging.
So Walker saw this power struggle as an opportunity. So he musters some troops again. There's another fiasco at the docks. He slips out. This time they're not as wasted. He heads down Nicaragua and joins the liberals.
How does he muster troops? Why is he so good at that?
I don't know.
You say he couldn't even talk that loud.
I don't know.
I'm a muster, you bitch.
He just like, yo, remember Lopez? Remember those things that happened? I was good at it.
We'll mash it.
Well, that's convincing. Let's go fight for this piece of shit.
I mean, well, hold on. Put yourself in the shoes of some fucking dirty San Francisco bullshit gold miner that's like, there's no gold here anymore.
Okay.
And they're like, oh yeah, why not? I'll fucking go down there.
Yeah, whatever. You got food? You got
Rice-a-roni?
You got oats for morning? You got eggs for evening?
I got some of it.
You got okay.
So when he arrives, the leader of the liberals was like, yeah, we'll take your help, but your troops have to be redistributed throughout the liberal ranks. So basically they'd be fighting shoulder to shoulder with other Nicaraguans.
Right, fighting
Makes
a bunch
sense.
of legit dudes, though.
Yeah, find those legitos.
Legiticons.
So Walker was just like, fuck that, and manages somehow with his fucking weak-ass voice and shitty gray eyes to have his troops all under his control as an American unit. And they'd be known as the American Phalanx. Strong.
Sexy.
Very strong.
And Walker was officially now a colonel in the liberal Nicaraguan army.
Isn't that fancy?
Very fancy.
That's just, getting promoted for nothing.
Yeah. Now, as you might imagine, not all the Nicaraguan officers were very trusting or confident in this stupid, uptight American dude.
Yeah, this guy who looked like a pair of crutches with a coat on it.
So they were like, he was like, I need to put this American Phalanx to the test. So Walker was not a tactician at all, as we've seen. He marched his troops into the fucking stupid desert.
Yeah, and then he crossed the Colorado River. Then he had to come back because they crossed it for no reason.
Yeah, and all their dongs are out.
Dudes lost lives. Recapping is just fantastic for this dude.
Yeah.
On our end.
It's
Oh
just
my
terrible. So,
I hate my deaf wife. Or fiance.
So he relied really heavily on his lower officers for his plans of attack. And the officer that was assigned to him was actually a man that was already serving with the liberals as an actual mercenary, believed in the cause of the liberals.
Okay.
He was American, and his name was Charles Doubleday.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Michael Moore.
Oliver Stone.
I've been fighting for the liberal for such a long time.
Why is Charles Doubleday ringing a bell?
I don't know. Probably just a fun name.
Doubleday. Yeah, that is fun.
It's like Double Day Williams.
It's like Groundhog's Day, but only once. I had a day, and then I had another day that was just like it. Doubleday.
Yeah, the next day was okay.
So different. That's
like my
fine. I didn't learn the piano.
That's like my life, dude. Every day is the same.
Every day is double, except the days before it.
They're all identical, especially this one.
All right, so Walker takes his troops out, and their target is the town of Rivas, which is a heavily fortified, legit stronghold.
Are you saying that was with the faction or just good?
Legit.
Yeah, legit. I'm saying like they were blowing dank clouds.
What kind of Nicaraguan are you?
Dank.
Are you a liberal or are you legit?
Legit?
Come on now.
That is a very strong psychological power move.
Right?
It's like, we're the red team. What are you?
I'm
A legit
surprised-
team?
I'm surprised there hasn't been a political party in the history called the Better Ones.
Or the bests?
Like
Bestesses.
the goodest.
The goodest. I like goodest.
Yeah, Bestines.
So he heads out to the stronghold. He's accompanied by a Nicaraguan company. That's weird. He's accompanied by a Nicaraguan company led by this Colonel Ramirez.
You said the same thing.
Yeah, you didn't change anything.
Yeah, I know. I didn't change anything.
Take the line again.
I mean, it's not different.
No, just take it
I
again.
mean, it's a real sentence.
Please, just start.
He's
You know what? It's a real sentence.
take it-
He's trying.
I know. Take it again.
He's
where we-
accompanied by a different Nicaraguan company.
All right, take it again, and we're not going to interrupt you.
All right. He's accompanied by these fucking idiots led by Colonel Ramirez. And Ramirez apparently doesn't have a first name. He just has Ramirez.
was Colonel.
Yeah. Colonel Ramirez. He saw right through fucking Walker's bullshit. He's like, Walker has some fucking ulterior motives going on. Murders.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And so Walker dug his heels in when he was talking about the tactics. He even argued against this dude Doubleday, who I mentioned was his tactician.
Of course.
He said the best plan of attack would be sending the phalanx through the mountains in the rain to surprise the fort from attacking from behind.
Oh, look at those wet dudes.
And Ramirez is like, no, that's stupid.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
Do you ever get your sneakers wet? They can hear it coming from a fucking mile away.
Yeah, exactly.
Squeaky foot.
They're just tired and wet.
They were all actually wearing those like really loud gym shorts too.
Oh, the
like
swishy?
The Swish Boys.
Swish pants, yeah.
and the matching windbreaker, so they're just a swish storm in the night.
Yeah.
So he told Ramirez to just stand back, watch our flank. And so the second that Walker went into the fucking woods over this mountain, Ramirez was like, bye.
Fire.
Yeah, see you later.
Did you ever play hide and go seek and not look for you, friend?
I
That's
did
what he
that
just
once.
did. Yeah, that's
and
what
it
he
was
just
a
did.
good time. Ramirez, you're a good man.
You're all right.
So Walker attacks the back of the fort, and he did surprise them, but it was a two walled fort. So basically, all that happened was the legit bros, they just moved back to the second wall, and it made like this killing field of Walker's troops.
No man's land in between the
Yeah.
walls. But I love that. It's just like, I surprised you, though, right?
Yeah,
Emphasis on surprise.
yeah, and it gets worse
It's not hard to
because
surprise anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, shit.
It's like I get surprised every time I, go to
I
the bathroom.
I haven't looked at my gas tank in a while.
Surprise.
Kind of surprised. Oh, I'll go fill up.
Oh, they have endless appetizers. Surprise.
I'm maybe gonna order one of them.
Surprise.
I'll just eat my fill.
Do you notice when they have endless appetizers at Fridays or Applebee's? Have you ever tried to order the second one?
Do they give you a hard time?
It takes twice as long.
Yeah, because they don't give a shit about you.
It's garbage.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yes, it
he's
is.
fucking dying. It's taking twice as long for him to die.
Yeah, just prolonging this inevitable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, because Ramirez wasn't there to block his flank, because he was like, this guy's an idiot, bunch of legitimates fucking come out of the woods. So now he's completely getting massacred.
Oh, okay.
We got that two-prong war.
Yeah, so the battle lasts for 4 hours, and there's a brief window where Walker can, like, retreat. I guess I don't know what happened. It rained, it fucking...
Oh, it was a siesta.
Siesta. Yeah, it was a siesta.
They all
Siesta.
took a nap.
So Walker's like, I gotta fucking get out of here, and he runs for it, leaving all of his wounded behind, whom would be executed by the legitimists after he leaves.
Well, that is leadership for you.
Yeah. So now he's being chased again by the enemy through the jungle. This time it's not a desert, it's a jungle. So It's fucking like gross.
There's monkeys.
Leeches.
Yeah. There's like typical jungle music and some kind of platformer.
Also, most jungles are outside. Did you know that? It sucks out there.
Fucking weird, man. Get a house.
So his second in command, Doubleday, was actually shot in the head and barely survived. He actually pried the bullet out of his skull with a knife.
Oh.
It's definitely what fucking Bond villain is that?
Yeah. So he's fucking there bleeding out, like trying to get on this fucking double time march. And the Phalanx comes across an American mercenary on horseback, this dude named Dewey from Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah.
That's the Dewey you're going to go with?
Yeah. So Doubleday had actually fought with Dewey from Malcolm in the Middle, and Walker and like Dewey knew the way to the coast, away from all these legitimists. So he's like, all right, Dewey, fucking take us there.
Come on, Dewey.
Do it, Dewey.
Do it already.
During the march, Doubleday's like bleeding out of his head and like has to slow down. So he's
From
like
the gunshot.
He falls into a bush.
Hopefully not on the
Poor
gunshot
guy.
wound.
Yeah.
And Walker's like, fuck that dude. We're keep going.
I know you now, Dewey. He's the introducer. I'm the introducee.
Well, Dewey is like, life is not fair. I'm going to turn around and pick this dude up and put him on my horse.
Oh, cool.
No man left behind.
Yeah, no man left behind.
Yeah.
Walker continues on. Phalanx eventually reaches the coast, commandeers a ship, and is going to head back to the Liberal headquarters. Now, Dewey and Doubleday are taking up the rear. They eventually meet up with this other dude, and they see a legitimist's fort that's unoccupied. So, like, let's burn it down. Because, like, for the cause.
Why not,
Fun.
dude?
Yeah.
Good fun.
It's symbolism.
Raises the morale.
Yeah.
Right. That's not what fucking Walker saw. So these guys showed up. They were a little drunk. They just fucking burned a whole fucking goddamn fort down.
Gotta be hammered.
Yeah.
No other way to do it.
So he has an impromptu trial and sentenced them all to death. With the exception of Doubleday, who's unconscious.
From the bullet.
So like Dewey and this other dude.
So the guy who saved him, Dewey,
yeah.
and then everyone else who joined in on this beautiful church burn,
Yeah.
just got slammed to
Right.
death
Slammed to death.
with Walker's tiny little pea-sized testicles.
Yeah. So
Jeez.
they line them up. They're shooting all these guys. Dewey eventually escapes.
Good.
Like he's like, fuck off. And he goes, they're out, remember.
It's the perfect escape.
Yeah,
saying.
fuck off.
Yeah, fuck off.
So he runs.
As you fuck up.
I can imagine you like just jumping off of a cliff, like fuck off, as you're like plummeting to like certain death.
Oh.
So Dewey, remember they're at a port right now. So he's running down the dock. He grabs this woman as a human shield, and he's like working his way back towards this rowboat.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get it.
Got a woman now.
So Walker sets up 2 sharpshooters to take him out.
Okay.
Dewey goes and
So that means with these guns that they're using, like 40 feet away.
yeah, exactly. Dewey goes and reaches for the rope, and 2 shots are fired. One kills Doubleday dead, or not Doubleday, Dewey. One kills Dewey dead. Dewey dead. The other one shoots the woman through the leg.
Oh, okay.
That's a win at the end of the day.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Let her file a complaint, but you mark that as a win.
Yep, absolutely. Win asterisk.
That's a win.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't look at the asterisk. don't look at that.
Don't read
Don't
that
look at that
far.
shit.
We're not going to be friends if you read that.
So Walker returns back to the Liberals' headquarters. Tattletales on Ramirez. But they're like, whatever, this fucking idiot's dumb and he died.
How's he tattletales? Like, hey, shot a woman.
No. Ramirez was the dude that fucked off.
Oh,
yeah.
the
Yeah, and
deserter.
Yeah, and everyone was like, well, you fucking lost. You're dumb. Why'd you go through the fucking woods? So
You don't know anything about us.
So Walker's like, I need to show my military prowess.
Pull your dick out.
So he leaves the HQ. He pulls his dick out, I'm assuming.
You gotta.
And he walks down this transit road. And the transit road, like, supplies the legitimists. So he's walking right in the middle of the open. It's like, check out the American Phalanx. Our dicks are all out.
Okay.
Right? Eventually, he confiscates a wagon full of guns and ammunition with, like, high-tech guns at the time. So, like, rifles.
Just him by himself?
No, and his troops.
Oh, okay.
Now, that wagon was controlled by the Accessory Transit Company. Now, this is important because the ATC was an American-owned company owned by Cornelius Vanderbilt.
Oh, we know him.
That might ring a bell.
That's right.
So just keep that in mind. Now he starts to fuck with American big business.
You can't do that. You can't even.
Right.
Has American big business wronged you? Fuck yourself. Don't inconvenience them with your formal complaints on their websites that are completely broken. Don't worry about that. Big business is important.
I just want to talk to a person.
I just want to fuck everything.
Even the planet.
Yeah.
So he's marching his troops down, and he stops in a town called Virgin Bay.
Tight. See what I did there?
Yeah. I see it in there. He stops at this hotel called the Halfway House. The worst fucking name for a hotel.
Yeah, pretty much.
So Charles Doubleday, he's recovered. His head's okay. It's all good. He's got a fucking
One of his
missing.
eyes is kind of shooting to the right a bit more than usual.
Yeah, so Doubleday's like, I'm gonna order all the troops breakfast.
Time for pineapple, boys.
So he has the Halfway House and a bunch of other different places order all the troops breakfast. So right when they're starting to bite into that freshly squeezed IHOP, a bunch of legitimate soldiers come charging out of the woods at the Halfway House.
Because they had gotten their grand slams a half hour earlier.
Early
You're
birds.
done, boys.
You're done. Now, Walker is crazy outnumbered right now, but he lucked out for a few different reasons. First of all, he was in a building, and
That helps.
yeah, and legitimates had to cross a open road to get to the building.
Oh, God. How many...
So it's just, you know what?
We don't know what roads are. Well, they hadn't invented the idea of looking both ways. So it's very dangerous to cross a road. You kind of hoped for the best.
Right. Second of all, they had just looted a whole bunch of these state-of-the-art rifles, so they had accurate guns.
Great.
Legitimates are using whatever the fuck they found in the jungle, you know?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So they can hit you from 80 feet out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they would actually fire.
Right. And the biggest thing was that Legitimate's cannon didn't work. It just wouldn't fire.
It was illegitimate.
Yeah. So if they had the cannon working, they just could have blown the fucking shit out of this building, and they all would have been dead. So basically, Walker's troops are shooting fish in a barrel. After, the Legitimates had been mowed down, Doubleday heads out, a counterattack crushes the rest of them. But in the end, this whole win was a big fucking, rally for the American phalanx. They were like, wow, they killed all these dudes. And there was, not that many of them. You know what I mean?
No, I know what you mean. It's very funny to me.
Impressive. They killed the not many dudes.
I just imagine these ruffian-looking men just sitting at a table for 10 and just about to slice into that tall stack of pancakes, and all of a sudden the door comes in, and they put their fork down and then they start firing.
I imagine the first shot just splatters the stack of pancakes just to ruin the mood. Fuck! Nothing happens here.
You can't fuck with a man's breakfast.
Everyone's covered in batter. Irate. That was the only food they were about to have. For
God
months.
damn it!
I didn't even finish these pancakes yet.
Rude!
So after this batter, after the batter,
This pancake batter.
after the battle, Walker declares him and all of his soldiers citizens of Nicaragua. No authority, just was like, now we're citizens.
You get to be a Nicaraguan. You get to be a Nicaraguan. You get to be a Nicaraguan.
Quick, make dirt the money so we can all be millionaires.
So Walker starts setting out a plan on how to take out all the legitimists. And he relies heavily on Charles Doubleday because that guy's an actual soldier.
He just tells Doubleday to run up and kill them all with knives.
Yeah.
The guy with a chunk out of his head.
Heavily rely.
Hey, bullet brain, what do we do?
Let's kill as many of them without dying.
Yeah, walk up the tomato and then jump into a fire.
So, do as he says. He's been shot in the brain, but he's very smart still.
All right, so in the words of Doubleday, this is the words coming out of his mouth.
All right.
And he's talking about him and Walker, like talking about strategy right now.
Okay. Good.
We would take long walks on the beach.
Oh.
And I would listen to Walker talk about his gigantic plans of empire. So on these sexual walks, Walker would spill all of his beans about his fucking, like, real plan.
The weird
Because
double
all I
entendre.
could do was shake and nod.
And limp.
Kind of limp. His words were written down, I'm assuming.
Yes.
One limp for yes, two limp for no.
Come with me, Doubleday.
Oh.
Can't see you nodding.
So Walker spills his beans. He's like, I don't give a shit about either side of these Nicaraguans. They don't care. They don't care. Basically, my goal is to unite Central American states, then move on to Mexico, and then Cuba, and create a new slave-based economy, and then align it with the U.S. That's what he wants to do.
Ambitious.
Don't we all want our own slave-based economy?
Yeah. And Doubleday,
Do you see what I did there?
Doubleday is like, whoa, buddy, I'm not cool with slavery, bro.
Oh.
Yeah.
So the true stripes come up.
Yeah. And so he also points out the fact that Nicaragua, most of the people there were either natives that have been oppressed by the Spanish or ex-slaves. So he's like, what?
You think this is going to work? You got to go on fresh. The only reason Africa worked is because they never saw a white person. You got to catch them off guard. These people have already been slaves.
They thought the sails were clouds, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, so Walker's like, fuck you, or we're like, and then he goes, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to go to Panama. Panama. Dun, 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 dun. So Doubleday's out. Now, without Doubleday, Walker goes about planning this whole attack on the legitimist capital. All right, so without Doubleday, Walker plans this attack on the capital of Grenada. Now, he convinced the other colonels to draw the legit bros out of Grenada, and he would use this phalanx, the American phalanx, to sneak in via the river using a steamer ship and secure the city.
One of those stealth steamer ships that just billow smoke.
Yeah. Well, there it is.
That could be something.
Why is it painted red?
It's probably just a bear on fire. We do that a lot around here.
Yeah, well, his plan worked somehow. I guess because he just convinced these people to fucking draw the shit out of the city.
Okay.
Fine.
And he just walks right into the city, and he digs in and tries to defend it. Now, when you defend a position, you want to secure it with, like, heavy guns. You want to, like, make sure the walls are all stable.
Battlements, my friend.
Right, battlements.
Of course.
Walker
Fortification.
sees the cannons that were set up there already. No one was manning them.
Okay.
He decides to spike them, meaning destroy them.
What a fucking idiot.
I'm like, why the fuck would you do that?
And let's
Those are valuable.
put some flower beds here. And let's perhaps paint these houses green.
Then he goes around the city and begins executing pro-legitimist citizens in the town square for what he saw as crimes that the legitimists had committed, as like retribution. And this was a way that he got the legitimists to surrender by basically using these civilians as leverage. And,
Hostages.
yeah, so he makes the legitimates surrender, and he essentially wins the war that way.
Because he used hostages.
Because he used hostages.
Well,
Fancy.
still winning.
He still won.
Still winning.
So you got the asterisk, and now you got the weird Jesus cross thing. After win.
Exactly, yes.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Still winning, though.
And then
That's the scary asterisk. You're like, ooh.
Yeah, it's like someone died for that to be printed.
then the Star of David's going to show up next.
Oh. He won.
Then you get the yin yang.
Mazel tov.
Yeah, then Yin Yang, then the Poison Slammer. Shortly after he signs terms with the Legitimists, Using his network of supporters in the States, he recruits more Americans to sail to Nicaragua to join the phalanx. Now, a liberal provincial government was set up while the country rebuilds. And through some political fuckery, Walker becomes the president of Nicaragua.
He just became it.
Yeah.
The same way Gerald Ford became president of the United States. No one really wanted him. No one voted him in, but here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except
Mazel tov!
except that's like if Gerald Ford was like, I'm a U.S. citizen, but actually he was like from like Bosnia.
Yeah, true. So worse than
I want to
Gerald Ford.
lead you, foreigners.
Yeah. So while Walker preached peace to the public, they didn't really forget the fact that he was executing them not that long ago.
Peace be with you.
Yeah, remember peace.
Remember peace.
Remember, peace. I won't kill you.
Step.
And the second that he gained power, he decided to invade Costa Rica, just to the north.
Okay, so
Well, it's a beautiful
you're
country.
breaking the rules now.
Now, also in the words of Walker, Nicaraguans were half-castes who were born to cause disorder. And then he said that he planned to take a large portion of the land and hand it over to the white race.
All right.
White race.
I plan to do this.
Yeah, very peaceful.
Brown people?
No.
Come on, guys. Come on. Not gonna
Tannies?
kill. Maybe free work?
Tannies? Are you kidding me?
Tannies. All right, Walker had built up a lot of enemies.
Beigers?
The
Tannies.
Beigers, the Tannies, also the Americans.
The khaki tans.
I was going to say the Cacanites.
The Cacanites.
Yeah.
So one of those Cacanites was Cornelius Vanderbilt, where he talks about him a little bit.
All right.
So he was lobbying the U.S. government to intervene because he was a big old fucking robber baron waving his dick around.
Yeah, he could afford the U.S. government.
Give me a hand here.
Yeah, Walker was just stealing and looting his ships and like transport vehicles. So, you know.
Okay, fair enough.
Also to the south, there was the British-controlled territory, and they hated him for just destabilizing the country even more than it was. So the Brits didn't like him.
All right.
He's fucking without tea time.
And then the surrounding Central American countries had formed a coalition against Walker and declared that all Americans in Central America were enemies and should be treated as such.
That's how you know you're a big royal swinging dick. When a coalition is formed against you, you fuck something up. St. Nicholas is not swinging by if there's a coalition after you.
Hey, those guys kind of suck.
Yeah.
You want to do a thing about it?
Yeah, how about the three of us men's go fuck
Go fuck them.
someone else?
You want to
Yeah.
make a posse? No, a squad. No. I got it. Coalition.
Like squid.
Coalition's
Yeah,
hard to spell and
yeah.
it sounds official. How are you?
But also, they were just killing any Americans. They just said all Americans in the area are bad.
All right.
Some of them were like, okay.
The Americans just took it?
Well, yeah. I mean, they weren't technically covered by the U.S.
So they were there, and then people were trying to kill them, and then they just took it.
They're expatsies.
Yeah, the ones
no
that
protection.
weren't. Well, I guess they weren't real Americans then, right?
I guess they were just listening to a little too much AFI.
So over the course of the next year or so, Walker did the same thing that he did in Mexico. He had no fucking clue about military strategy. Doubleday had fucked off.
You'd think he'd learn something by now.
Anything, really.
Most of his men started to desert him over lack of supplies,
No, point the
confidence.
barrel that way.
Yeah. And also he started to execute people again. Because, that
Why
helps.
are they hanging around? Why are they hanging around if your boss is killing you? As soon as your boss is killing your coworkers, just ask for the 401k and dip.
Dude,
Yeah.
don't even ask to leave the money on the table, because he's going to execute over it. Petty man.
Fucking hide in the drop ceiling or the break room.
That's quite the operation. Let's start a coalition. Let's make it happen.
Coalition it.
Coalition.
Let's do it.
Hashtag coalition it.
Hashtag. Don't like someone? Find someone else that don't like that person. Coalition. Hashtag.
So eventually, Walker was like basically the same way that he was in Mexico, on the run, except this time he's running to the coast. Him and his troops were ragged, starving, and actually resorting to eating their own horses, which was not very smart because that was the fastest way to get around. So you're eating your own fucking vehicle.
Eat your goddamn foot, bitch.
Well,
You know,
want a foot?
I can't imagine people being in that situation more than once. You know?
Yeah.
Like that whole, we gotta get out of here. And they're just running miles.
It's like
the
a fucking...
hottest environment ever. Twice.
Yeah.
Idiot.
It's like Naked and Afraid, but a Benny Hill sketch.
Yeah, and there's no producers.
And there's
no
Bramble.
producers off to the side to give you Capri Suns.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are vital.
They got vitamins.
So this highly trained Central American coalition was picking them off at their heels, you know, just taking pot shots like the fucking Predator. Just
Sick.
fucking out of the jungle, just like blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And Walker and his remaining troops eventually reach the coast. And when they get there, there's the fucking massive USS St. Mary waiting for them.
Hello.
Yeah. Oh, hey!
It's the fucking cannons training in.
That's exactly what was happening. Yo! So Vanderbilt's lobbying had worked, and the U.S. was like, we need to stop Walker. And he just happened to run right into the U.S. troops waiting for him.
Walker, you slippery bitch.
So the USS Mary's captain, the USS Mary's captain, Charles H. Davis.
Where'd you get James, fucker?
I don't know.
What happened?
Sounds old-timey.
Leave all of that in so they can see how weird his brain is.
So they send a message ashore to Walker. It said, abandon all enterprises and leave the country.
James.
And now, James, and now the U.S. Navy wanted to avoid any bloodshed, so they actually offered Walker and his troops safe passage out of Nicaragua.
Fucking kill this dude. Just
Right?
kill him and any dick fucking swallower who's behind him.
It seems so easy to do.
I know.
Back then, dude, just leave.
Yeah.
They'll kill themselves.
I feel like
It's not like you can tweet about it.
Yeah, but stay far enough away.
Also, take a look at this man. I feel like I could pee on Walker and bruise him.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. He's a soft celery boy.
Yeah.
Soft celery boy. All right, so Walker sends back a message. He's offended at the offer. He said he'll never surrender. But as the Central American coalition closes in, he decides, might surrender now.
Offended? Oh, offended. I meant to use a different one. That I used to use when I was in the disgusting land of France. Offendante.
I meant
Which
suspended.
means I am so at your disposal at the very moment that I cannot believe you've even shown up here to give me such honor.
Shoe shine?
Let me suck your 7 toes and I won't touch those other 3.
So he formally surrenders to the U.S. Navy. He made sure that he didn't formally surrender to the Central American forces.
Careful.
Yeah. Yeah,
One'll
I'm
get-
surrendering to the Navy,
One will get you killed.
not Central America.
Lawyer boy.
Yeah.
Thank goodness I paid attention at the bar for this.
So with that, his empire is over, and Walker returns back to New Orleans.
What empire?
Well, you
What
know,
does he got?
He had a country.
Does he have a Chuck E. Cheese?
He had a country for a few seconds.
He had a country like I had a dream. You know, not really.
You don't have any dreams?
I don't dream anymore, dude. I'm an adult. Fuck off. With
Here's the thing. He had an unofficial country for a few seconds. I could have an unofficial country for a few seconds right now. You know what I mean?
I feel like his equivalent of owning a country is like when you buy one of those bullshit stars. I own a star!
Yeah. I'm going to keep off my stars, mine.
I mean, it's the kind of like ownership, like when you're at a friend's house and you're hanging out with them like in the living room or something, and then they leave to go take a bathroom, you could just say to yourself, I own this.
I own it.
And as soon as they come back, this isn't mine anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
None
like,
of it lasted.
your living room was my country while you were shitting.
I was able to take a brief nap.
We were sovereign. It was amazing. You missed it.
Yep.
Yeah.
We handed out mojitos.
All right,
We
so
had Lays.
So Walker returns back to New Orleans and is welcomed back by legions of inbred bastards cheering his name. They're praising the hero.
Just a sea of 30 Ray Romanos. Just
He's my favorite.
What's his name again?
Runner?
So he receives a hero's parade through New Orleans and delivers a dramatic speech at the top of his hotel balcony
That no one could hear.
No, everyone heard it because maybe they had like one of those old timey like cones, you know?
Oh, the big cones. Yeah. Like, the oak tag if you roll it up.
Yeah, the proto megaphone.
What is oak tag? It's usually like 18 inches by 24.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like quadruple that.
So he claimed that he was still the president of Nicaragua, and that these incursions were a great triumph, and that the enemy would yet to be underneath our feet.
He's a tryhard.
Yeah.
He's a shitty tryhard that doesn't know to throw a towel in.
Yeah, what he didn't mention was the amount of American lives he had cost in these stupid, egotistical adventures into the area.
Did I do that?
So, yeah. So 2,518 Americans sailed to Nicaragua. Keep in mind, a lot of them weren't racist assholes like Walker. They were just people that saw adventure and like new life in the paper.
This'll be fun.
Yeah.
Those same Ray Romanos.
Oh, yeah.
On the SS Deborah, just heading down. You guys gonna have I'm gonna have an onion farm when I get down.
I just imagine all of them being an onion farmer.
Yes.
Oh, you're gonna do an onion farm too?
Yeah, I'm onion farm.
My brother he's tall, and he was gonna do an onion farm as well.
I'm gonna have a scallion farm.
Have you seen
that's the type of onion.
Have you seen how fucking big the ocean is? Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ, Deborah, what's up with this?
I was told to not drink any of this. But I do.
So out of these 2,518 Americans, 1,000 of them had died in battle or from disease.
Whoa, recap. What? Say it again? 25.
So 2,500 troops
Went out.
went out. 1,000 of them died in battle or from
So
disease.
15 came back out of the 25. That's stupid.
25,000.
25,000, and then what came back?
15.
15.
No, 1,000 died.
Yeah, so 15.
Math.
15,000.
2,500.
2,500, and
And then
1,000
1,000.
died.
and then 15 come back.
1,500 come back.
Oh, you said 15. I thought you meant like 15.
No,
Jeez.
1,500.
Oh, 1,500. You gotta say that. I'm not smart.
Oh, sorry, guy who gets his paycheck direct deposit. We deal with cash over here. We talking hundreds, all right?
All right.
What do we got, 15?
Motherfucker.
All right,
About
so-
25, we got 15 on the way back. How you doing?
Well, no, 15 didn't return because also,
Travis is like, what are you talking about, cents?
no, 1,500 did not return because 700 men deserted.
Oh, okay.
They returned to
So
their
that's
wives.
7 dessert.
And and then when Walker surrendered, he had 320 men left.
Oh.
And 250 of them were unaccounted for, which means they're either left behind or dead. It's somewhere or might be executed by the Central American Army.
So he's got 80.
He's got 80. 80 went on the ship. Now, does Walker give up on this bullshit dream? Come on.
No, it's
Are
got
you
real
going to give
juice.
up?
He doesn't give up. Like, you could have his nuts in a vice and a spear onto his goddamn cockles. He's not giving up.
There is no giving up at this point.
Yeah, so he tries 3 more times to invade Central America.
Oh.
Can we just strap like a fucking anklet onto him already?
Yeah. Right? House arrest for this dick.
Yeah.
The first time he barges in, he surrenders again to the U.S. Navy after they basically threatened to fucking blow him off the map. They're like, hey, we've got all of our cannons pointed at your camp.
Jesus.
So he surrenders again. This surrender was actually to Admiral Hiram Paulding,
Harem?
who was a local Huntington folk.
Oh, that's where we from, man.
Yeah, and I actually visited his grave right around the corner from my house.
Really?
You're next to a graveyard.
Yeah.
Fancy.
So interesting. Walker whined to President Buchanan about Paulding after he had surrendered to Paulding. And Paulding would spend the rest of his life fighting off lawsuits from Walker's cronies.
Oh, that's that's the army from hell he's got. Not the actual colonists.
Right.
It's the bedlam of lawyers.
All right, so his second attempt, he takes a ship out called Susan.
Susan?
Just Susan.
It's Susan, but
Susan.
Oh.
Just Susan. Susan.
Cruising on the
Susan.
SS Susan.
Well, Susan hits a reef off the coast of Belize.
Susan.
If any of our listeners have a lazy Susan in their backyard, if you cover it with booze and cigarettes, it's called a sloppy Nancy.
Yes. Fun fact.
Yep.
That's a roast mortem trivia.
That's right.
All right, and his final invasion really encapsulates the shittiness behind this whole man. So Walker receives a letter from a wealthy British landowner that owns a bunch of property on the Bay Islands, which is north of Honduras.
Okay.
So Walker sits down there with a whole bunch of white dudes, and the residents, who were mainly freed slaves, were like, whoa, what are these hillbillies doing rolling up to our
What's going on?
fucking island?
Oh, no, this ain't good.
I've seen this.
So he lands on the island. The people tell him to go fuck himself. Like, you're not liberating our island from Honduras because, whatever.
Because it's Saturday.
And Walker's like, all right, that's fine. Because he never really wanted to go to that island to begin with. His eyes were on Honduras itself. Because if he invaded Honduras, he could get to Nicaragua.
Ah, yes.
Yeah!
Back to Nicaragua. I shall return. I shall come back like Leprechaun 4 in outer space.
Whoa! So he decides to make his attack at the strongest naval fort in Honduras, a place called Trujillo.
Perfect. We attack not at the weak point, but the strong point.
We attack the things we can't pronounce.
Yeah.
Headbutt this. Quick, headbutt his gun barrel.
Wah! Yeah!
And try to push his trigger finger. yeah, that's the technique. Headbutt the gun barrel and punch the trigger finger.
Like this,
You
boss!
got to have a gut reaction of sorts.
Do it! Just do it!
Can I have that whiskey?
Got it, man.
Thanks, dude.
Okay, so Walker attacks in the dead of night. Somehow, he succeeds and takes the fort. He's got this massive victory boner, right? It's fucking bulging.
Oh, those are amazing. I love those.
Tight.
Now, what he didn't know was that the troops that were holding the fort were instructed to put up a little bit of resistance to make sure that it seemed like they were fighting back, and then fall back to a massive army in the jungle, because they knew this dude was coming.
Oh, so it was a slow check.
Yeah, it was like, hey, you could take the fort, but we've got all these dudes back here.
Yeah. Ooh, a piece of rebel. Ooh, a piece
Nice.
of rebel. Ooh, a piece of rebel.
Ooh.
So in typical Walker troop style, all of them get really drunk. One of them blows the jaw off an officer who was the source of Walker's military stratagem.
I assume with a gun.
With a gun. Yes. With his cock.
He just sucked it out. Yeah.
Oh, is that the Foley for that?
Yep.
In a sexual way, you would need to, you can't suck someone's dick till their jaw blows off.
You can suck their chin.
But you could suck someone's dick till your own jaw blows off.
That's true. I mean, he could have very explosive jisms.
Yes. That of
Like grape shot.
Yes. Vinegar and baking soda.
After basically Walker's main dude that knew how to fucking fight battles got his jaw blown off, there was a whole bunch of executions.
Why does all his friends get shot in the head?
I don't know. He's a fucking idiot.
Well, if you get shot somewhere else, you don't survive.
And you lose friend status after getting shot in the head.
I need my friends to have limbs.
So the
And
fort,
heads.
the fort that Walker had taken was actually owned by the British, and it housed 1,390 pounds worth of British assets, but was operated by the Honduras people.
Yeah, I mean, just give them a little bit of ass.
British Honduras.
So a British captain, Captain Norwell Salmon, perfect name for a fucking captain.
Good call.
Norwell Salmon.
Norwell Salmon.
Wait, Norwal?
Do you guys notice that our captain kind of looks like a fish? He's kind of always staring right up. He's always kind of like sideways too.
No eyelids. Mouth agape.
Never blinks.
Well,
So Mr. Salmon sails up to the fort, and he asks Walker to surrender.
kindly.
Never understood that, notion. Please surrender.
Please surrender. I mean,
Hey,
he's British.
I'm a fish, and for you, I think the best idea is to listen to me. I'm gonna say this: surrender.
Please.
That's hard, please.
Yeah.
For the love of please.
And Walker.
Yeah, I
and
don't
Walker
want to do this job anymore. I'm a fish.
Yeah.
I'm on a boat. I could just fall off. Be way happier.
Actually better that way.
Yeah, please.
And then Walker's like, yeah, sure, I'll surrender. Why not?
JK.
Yeah, and that night, Walker and his troops gather up all of his guns and ammo and run into the jungle. Next day, Captain Salmon, he rows over, he's ready for this formal surrender, and all he sees is all Walker's wounded left dying on the floor.
Oh, good.
Okay, then.
That's going pretty bad.
Yeah, but who's out in the jungle?
George.
Remember I just
Thank
said,
you.
yeah, George is out there. So Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
So who's out? And then the mummy's out there then, I guess.
Also, as well.
Yeah, but who's out in the jungle? Remember I said fucking the troops from the fort, they ran back in the jungle.
Okay.
With the army.
You know how you asked me, like, during the last bathroom break to get real drunk?
Yeah.
I forgot.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot who the hell you were talking about just now. Straight up.
So you didn't forget to get drunk.
No, I got
No, you
real
did
drunk.
that. All
I'm
right, good.
drunk, and when you were like, who? I honestly had no idea.
The Hondurans.
Oh, okay. It's not like I forgot the name. It was like I forgot the story.
I get it.
So
I told you to do
Here we are. This is a Roast Mortem podcast.
This is how we do.
Quote us on your thesis. I hope I sound like a person, but in honesty, we get pretty hammered here.
We do.
We're like 90 minutes in.
Look, this is when the tears start flying. This is when we get real.
That's when other fluids start flying.
Exactly. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, man.
And I need to hear the rest of the story so I can get emotional.
We're close, bro.
Okay,
There's
dude.
gonna be tears, bro.
How close are we?
I'm about to be tearful.
It's like, so close.
Ooh.
Okay, so he runs.
Okay.
All right, let's go. Here. All right, let's go.
Yeah,
All right. So he runs in the jungle. Who's in the jungle?
Hondurans.
The Hondurans.
Yeah, they're back in.
The Hondurans are there.
The Jedi.
And again, Walker is on Walker's on the run once again, being chased through the jungle by the Hondurans. But also the British Navy is trying to get him on the coastline.
It's always two.
Get him.
Yeah. So Walker's troops take heavy losses from skirmishes, and eventually Captain Salmon rolls up to him.
Salmon roll? Fuck.
Yeah,
you.
fucking little salmon roll. He's like, whoa, you want sush? You want fucking wasabi? I'll put a little wasabi on your fucking brain.
God damn it.
So Captain Salmon shows up, and Walker's troops are like diseased, wounded, like put up no resistance.
Still
like,
pantsless.
Take me.
You call these Rite Aid bags soldiers? You call these straw men? These boys made out of shit and curry? You call them soldiers? What's going on here? What's happening?
So Walker asks Salmon, he's like, I want to surrender, but I want to make sure that I'm surrendering to a British officer. And Salmon assures him that, yes, this was his words, yes, you are surrendering to me as a British officer.
Okay.
So Salmon is loading all of Walker's troops onto the ship. And each man that came on board, he'd ask him, are you an American citizen? Because most of them were.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, Walker says, I'm the rightful president of Nicaragua.
Oh, no, you fucked it.
So him and his men were taken below deck, except for Walker and a man named Rudler, who claimed to be Walker's chief of staff. They were held in a separate little fucking cell off to the side. Now, Salmon set sail back off to that original fort that he raided. And once underway, he told Walker and Rutler that the Americans were surrendering to the British Navy, but both of you said you were Nicaraguan, so you're going to the Honduran authorities.
Which want to kill you.
Tight. You done now?
Salmon's here!
Sam is here, and we're gonna listen to all your words.
The hubris.
Also, I gotta ask.
Yes.
Do you know why he wanted to surrender to British officers if he was foolish enough to say he was from Nicaragua?
Well, I think he wanted to make sure that he wasn't going to the Central Americans, but he was too prideful in admitting that he was, like, not the president of Nicaragua. You know what I mean?
Right. So he's retarded.
An idiot. Yeah. So that next morning at the fort that Walker had previously just captured, Salmon transfers Walker and Rutler over to Major Alvarez of the Honduran Empire.
I'll trust him. He's got an actual Hispanic last name.
Yeah. Army,
It's
not
not
Empire.
Hello, my name is Walker. I don't know a drop of Spanish, but I'm the president of this here Nicaragua.
So both of the two men are thrown in jail. They are interviewed. Rutler claims that Walker had dragged him into a misadventure and that Rutler had no intention of invading Honduras, which was kind of true.
This is just a misadventure. Don't worry.
Yeah. I mean, their original thing was to go to the Bay Islands and help their independence, not to go to fucking Honduras.
Right.
So, I mean, he's not really lying. But they handed over Walker and Rutler their formal charges of piracy, robbery, and filibustering.
That sounds like a death penalty.
Now, Walker refused to sign the charges. He tried to use these semantics like Cody usually does.
Yes.
Yeah, that's his thing.
I win.
To get out of the...
Asterisk.
Yeah. So, first of all, he tries to get out of the piracy claim that piracy was a offense well-defined by the law and consists of robbing on high seas. And this crime was not committed on high seas. It was committed on land.
Yeah, dirty land.
The thing I was over makes it less worse.
Yeah, true.
And then filibustering, he said, had no legal significance. It was just like a slang term.
Well,
that doesn't mean nothing.
It sounds like it. Filibustering sounds like a hip thing to say in like 1890.
Yeah.
You know,
Sounds
what
like
you guys doing? Filibustering around?
Yeah.
I'm busting around.
But
busting.
Filibustering these hills.
Filibustering makes me feel good.
All right, so the thing is, regardless of his actual legal defense, which is bullshit to begin with, he's captured by the Honduras army. He claimed that he was the president of Nicaragua. So essentially, by going into Honduras, he was invading a different country.
An act of war.
What are you doing here?
Yeah. All right, so Rutler is sentenced to 4 years of hard labor.
Oh, no. For all that?
For all that. But Walker is sentenced to death by firing squad.
Kill this fucking asshole. This is the longest goddamn podcast we've had for someone I've never heard of.
I know, but he's fun, right?
He is a lot of fun.
All right.
I'm having a good time.
Is he going to take a month to bleed out? What's going on?
No, on December 12th, 1860, Walker is shot to death, and for good extra measure, they shoot him in the face, too.
That's merciful.
No open casket. You know what? Maybe a open casket, but they just flip the feet with the head. So you see his feet.
Yeah, there it is.
toes are
There's
out.
feet casket.
But also no one liked him.
So the story of Walker became the thing of legend in the South. They called him General Walker and the man, the gray-eyed man of destiny. Now, if you think in 1860, it's 1 year before the Civil War.
Yeah.
He's a very popular guy, and he's trying to fight for slave states.
Right.
Kind of very influential for the Civil War. We don't talk about him. But this guy was like the hero of the South.
Really?
Yeah.
So we're all Northerners here. We're Yankee boys.
Right.
Well, Cody, you're
I'm born in the deep South,
You're born in the
in
Pacific.
Hawaii. Yeah.
most southern state.
Yeah, and you're brown enough to feel.
What?
You know what I mean?
You can feel my brown from that side of the table.
I can. I love it.
Now, historically, you know how much America had fucked with Central America and Nicaragua especially. Also, in the 1980s, we fucked pretty hard with Nicaragua.
Because you gotta.
Because you gotta.
With Nicaragua.
There's actually a really interesting movie about Walker. That's from 1987, played by Ed Harris.
Right.
It's not very accurate because it does this like cool thing of breaking the fourth wall. Where
How
like
does it do that?
they'll
Like
be
Pee Wee Herman?
kind of, but it's a historical movie. But all of a sudden they'll like pull out a pack of Marlboros, or like without giving too much away in the movie, like real soldiers from modern day 1987 like show up in the movie.
That's weird.
It's cool. No, it's a cool movie.
Okay.
So this whole thing was going on in Nicaragua. It's very evident
Right.
that we had been fucking with them. And in 1988, when George Bush was elected to president,
Right.
George H.W. Bush, he selected a new ambassador for El Salvador. Not that far off from Nicaragua. Same area. We fuck with El Salvador.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, we do.
We
actually do
fuck with that country named
Well-
after Jesus all the time.
Well, in New York, we have a lot of El Salvadorians.
Yes. But this ambassador's name, by chance, was William Walker. Not very good.
Oh, yeah.
I know he's a different person, but come on.
Namesake.
You're not going to be like, all right, the new chancellor of Germany is called Adolf Hitler.
Oh, what could go wrong here?
Yeah, this will go over well. We did this once. It may not have been the best, but at least a point got through.
I christened this ship the Titanic 4.
All right, and that's William Walker.
Damn, there it is. Whoa.
Pretty good, man.
It's a long
Dog.
boy.
It was a long one.
But it was fun.
I hope I kept y'all interested.
I hope we kept y'all wet and hard.
Yeah.
I was on the edge of my dick the entire time.
Whatever kind of sexual organs you have,
We hope they're moist.
Yeah, we hope they're in favor of your current temperature.
I hope they're throbbing.
Hope they're
Yes.
moist, throbbing, and or rigid.
Yes. Well, that was fun. I like that guy.
Thanks, Doug.
like
I
that
don't
guy
like
'cause
him.
No, well, I like him because he's fun.
He had an interesting story.
I don't like him.
He's a terrible,
don't-
shitty racist.
I don't want to have a drink with him, but I like him.
Is that our
know
first
what I'm
death by firing squad?
No, Che, dude.
Jay.
Shay,
My
yeah.
guy, yes. Fuck
But
me.
I think that's the only other one.
I think so.
Yeah.
I want your reaction on what you think of what this dude looks like.
Oh, we're
here.
painting pictures?
I love PPN.
I feel like you've had kind of an idea, but he really does look fucking creepy.
Dude, that's me.
That's not you.
No, I know. All right.
He's like all gaunt and like.
All right,
Yeah,
so
he looks like
that's
a dick.
Mr. Spock mixed with Abraham Lincoln.
I'm going to agree with you 100% there. That's really good. Wait. The Star Trek thing is making me think Data.
Oh, Data and
He looks
Mr.
like a,
yeah.
He looks
Data.
like a dried out Data that's not even smart and cannot compute.
Yeah, imagine the
Yeah,
flesh tone Data.
No, it's like it's like Data.
That's just Brent Spinner, actually.
Yeah, Brent Spinner.
It's
yes.
Data mixed with Tutankhamun,
Spiner.
like the fucking rusty mummy.
The 17-year-old rusted mummy.
Oh, jeez. Well, that's fun.
There you go.
So thanks for tuning in to Roast Mortem.
Yes, thank you.
Hope you liked the episode. If you did and you've subscribed, we're hoping you have.
Yeah.
Give us that 5-star on whatever platform you're using.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5-star.
And you can also find me, Tom, at Saunched on Twitter.
You can find me on anything you wanna find me. I'm Travis Legion, Legion, and yeah, girl. What? I'm starting my rap career.
I am at Cody McCann on the Twitter, CODYMCCANN.
That's the man. And you can follow us collectively at Roast Mortem Cast. We got Instagram. We got Twitter. We got a Facebook. We don't really use that. And you can even shoot us a Gmail you want.
Yeah, you
And
could
also-
you could like send us pictures of yourself on Instagram, Twitter, But like you doing cool things like giving us thumbs up in very interesting locations.
Wearing corduroy.
Doing
a skip it.
Like showing us your Burt's Bees lips chapstick collection.
Always
I would love to
appreciate
see
it.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Dank Shane.
Thank you, Shane, for listening.
Dank Key Shane.
Quantum superposition. Made impossible by viewers like you.